With Brian and Jeff, oh, the night's set to unfold. It's high school football stories to be told. Friday stars under the lights, they come alive. Stand up, get ready for the high school dive. Grizzlies in the spotlight, to their charm. Grizzlies thrive on. It's time to high five. Hit the field, let's run. Grizzlies in the spotlight. Yeah, it's time to roll. Big drums kick in. Rock, rock, Grizzlies charge. Defense strong and offense large. Helmets clash in the small town dome with Brian and Jeff. It's the Grizzlies' home. The crowds roar, echoing beyond the night sky. All fired up, we're set to watch the Grizzlies fly. Yeah, Bill, today it's where we stand with pride. With our Grizzlies marching, it's a thrilling ride.
It's time for high school football live on YamhillToday.com and KLYC AM 1260. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Willamette Valley Medical Center. Edward Jones thanks to Bethany Ablin. Big Box returns. Les Schwab of McMinnville. Andrew Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab. Colvin Ford Nissan. Macy & Son Funeral Directors. And KLYC Radio, AM 1260. Thanks for all your sponsorship, and thanks for joining us today for McMinnville High School football. It's time to go out to the stadium. Here's Brian and Jeff. And welcome. We are live here from West Salem High School. Brian Erickson along with David Manriquez here for tonight's game. And David, let's look at this really quickly. We've got a team that's 2-0, our Grizzlies, against a team that's 0-2 that's not used to being 0-2.
Yeah, no, as you mentioned earlier, it is definitely one of those teams you look at. And with them being a two-loss team, you mentioned earlier, this is easily the best two-loss team in the state. And it was kind of a joke, but on the same note, they tend to really be a tough team. So that record is a little bit deceptive, I think, this early in the season. Yeah, it really is. If you look at their losses coming, West Salem losses, I should say, they come to the hands of a good Sprague team, of course, out of Salem. They lost that game 48-35. And then they went on the road and they took on, the Irish of Sheldon, and they lost 42-3. The Irish, they've been for real for a long time. Yeah, there's definitely no hanging your head when you lose to Sheldon. That score is going to be something they're going to hang on a lot of teams, and only a few teams really can compete with Sheldon. So nothing really to hang your head about. You just look forward, and unfortunately the Grizzlies are what's in front of them right now, and we'll see if West Salem can get off the winning ways, or if they can knock off the Grizzlies and hand them the first loss of the season. Well, let's talk about the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies are 2-0 coming into tonight's game. A victory against Westview, 15-13, in a win that was capped off with the safety, a holding call in the end zone. Good defensive battle, though, by both teams. And then last week against Glencoe, in a game that was a little bit different, 35-28, McMinnville held on, which was great to see. And to get two victories like that is really good for a team like the Grizzlies right now. Yeah, and more than anything, what stood out to me, especially with the Glencoe game, was it was a back and forth versus Westview, but in that game it seemed like there was moments where they were losing momentum and it was swinging towards Glencoe's way, and they were somehow finding ways to respond, even when it was looking bad for them. Because even at one point, they were controlling the momentum, and they gave up quite a bit. So the Grizzlies have definitely shown some grit this year, and it's going to be an interesting team to watch. Yeah, it'll be fun to see how they come out here as we get ready. You got the band over on the far side for the Titans getting ready to play the national anthem, as we are here in the pregame show here on YamhillToday.com and AM 1260 KLYC. David, last time we were here, we were trying to figure this out, 2017 or whatever it was, doing the game with Norm, and we had some weather, lots of weather, low-scoring game, lots of rain, but tonight, a beautiful night for football. Yeah, you're definitely not going to blame any mistakes on the weather tonight. Unlike that night, I remember wind was blowing hard, especially because you're always up here on the top of this mountain. You do get quite a bit of wind, and it is moving. It is blowing a little bit right now, but nothing that would make you concerned like that night. That's exactly it. All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll come back with more of the pregame show. We got the Grizzlies and the Titan. Yes, should be a fun one here tonight from West Salem High School. We'll be back right after this. Time out.
Meeting the needs of not only our team, but our community with kindness and compassion and understanding. We have those moments every day. I think that's probably the coolest part of what I get to do. Treating people with kindness is such an important thing to our hospital. From the moment I show up here to the moment I leave, it is just a collection of big, meaningful moments between the community and staff.
If you are looking for a financial advisor located here in McMinnville, Bethany Ablin has you covered. She has a holistic approach and understands what is most important to you.
using an established process to build personalized strategies and partnering with you throughout your life to help keep you on track. Her investment philosophy is a long-term approach with an emphasis on quality, durability, historical context, and common sense. Give Bethany at Edward Jones a call at 503-472-0555.
As we welcome back here to West Salem High School, Brian Erickson along David Manriquez as the band's getting ready to do their part. We may have to take a quick break here for the national anthem, but a great crowd coming in here. We got the Grizzly faithful on the far side. We got the Titans home fans right below us. Interesting view of a football game, David. Another big track in the middle, and we're kind of way back here.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit less personal, and you can always tell when you're watching it, even when you're sitting in the fans. I've watched a couple games here, and it just feels like you're so far away from the sound. But it's a really nice facility overall. But as far as a fan experience, it's not necessarily the best, but they cram us in here. So,
well, hey, we'll take this over nothing, right?
You could be sitting out in the middle of a field, right? Yeah.
We've done that before. Yes, we have. Oh, yes, but a great night. Of course, another thing has changed since the last time we've had a game here. The turf is green. And those of you who don't know, this used to be an all-black turf. They actually dyed, I believe, after the black is how it comes out. Then they put the color on it, and they decided, hey, let's try something new, and let's go away from dyeing it and putting the color on it and have an all-black turf, kind of like the Boise State with the all-blue turf, Eastern Washington, the all-red. They went with all black, and let me tell you, that was warm, really, really warm. I think they're very happy to go to the green turf, which they went to, I want to say, about 3-4 years ago. Yeah,
and especially today where you have the sun beaming down, it does retain that heat. And especially if you're not used to running on turf, which fortunately the Grizzlies are used to playing on turf now, you have that sun beaming down on it, and it absorbs that heat like crazy.
Yes, it does. A night like tonight, though, it's going to be beautiful. We're about 7.5 minutes away from kickoff as we get ready for action tonight, and lots of good action around the state. We'll be keeping you updated with a lot of scores from around the state as well. And, talk to you about that. Of course, the game that we're all talking about is our game here tonight. Should be a fun one, and that'll be here just moments away. Want to also talk about soccer, David. Big soccer match last night. Unfortunately, didn't go the Grizzlies' way. They lose 2-1 to Beaverton. Beaverton, pretty good team, though, in the state.
Yeah, looks like they had a first half PK right before halftime, so they went in 1-0 at half. McMinnville controlling possession throughout the game. Looked more dangerous at times. Did get back on the board with 37 minutes to go and tied it up 1-1. And then just with 14 minutes left, Beaverton took the lead and took the win overall. So 2-1 there. But quality result versus a really good opponent. More than likely going to be the number one seed. It's not too often that you get to face the number one seed early in the season. And I don't know. I think it's important to take a lump during the year. I think it's better to take a lump during the season than in the postseason. So the fact that they faced a quality team and saw what their weaknesses are, hopefully they can go back and work on those weaknesses.
Well, I was talking to Dick back at the station and said, you know what? Really means nothing. It only means something in the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what you may end up seeing them again.
Yeah, no, for sure. And they're not part of the league, so that was a preseason game. The real important games will come up here once they play a league. It is a little bit different now that they have the rankings and all, but at the end of the day, one loss isn't going to hurt them, especially against a quality opponent.
All righty, and right now we are going to talk more football as we're still getting ready. As the Grizzlies, you saw, come in. They're over on the far sideline. Grizzlies going to be in their red pants and white uniforms and white helmets with some red accents, and we'll see what the Titans are. They haven't come out yet as we get ready for probably a little fight song here from the Titans when the team's ready to come out. It looks like it's neon night, David, here tonight as we go down there and see some of the neon as we get ready. And here come the Titans, and they do make an entrance, and they will be in their green uniforms as we get ready for action here tonight. The Titans and the Grizzlies should be a fun one. What do you expect to see? Is it going to be a ground game, or is it going to be something that go into the air? I know the Titans may be on their third-string quarterback.
I definitely think it's going to end up being another grinded-out game, and it's for the first time in a long time, and I know you and Jeff kept on mentioning this, it's going to come down to the trenches. And really, in the past, for the Grizzlies, it wasn't a game of the trenches. It was hoping you could beat them with the outside pass plays or run plays, just try to get outside and create some speed. But they have some players on the inside that can actually disrupt the play.
Should be fun, as we talked about using their speed. They've got a wide receiver who's somebody we will talk about a lot here tonight. The Grizzlies expect them just to keep it on the ground, maybe take a lot of time off the clock, and just ball control offense and do what they do well.
Yeah, especially with West Salem, you know that they're going to have some athletes, so you're going to want to test it out, but you don't want to get caught off guard trying to do something too fancy and give the ball right over.
All right, should be a fun one. We're going to take a break here, our last break here on the pregame show, and we'll come back with all the action here. Grizzlies and the Titans, live from West Salem High School. Don't go away. We'll be back right after this.
Transitions in life. Sometimes it's difficult. When a loved one leaves us, Macy & Son is there for you, a trusted friend for 5 generations in Yamhill County. At that time, you have lots of questions and you need someone to walk with in every step of the way. Burial or cremation and a myriad of other options, let Macy & Son walk that journey with you. Macy & Son McMinnville. Give them a call, 503-472-6151. Andrew Physical Therapy, Orthopedic and Sports Rehab wants to see you make a full and quick recovery so that you can get back into life and the things that you like to do. Their friendly staff will listen and encourage and guide you through each step of the rehabilitation process, from low back pain to post-surgical rehabilitation after a shoulder surgery or knee replacement. They are here to help. Andrew Physical Therapy, Orthopedic, and Sports Rehab. Give them a call at 503-435-1900.
Are you looking to spend less and get more on your next vehicle? At Chuck Colvin Ford Nissan, they've got you covered. As McMinnville's premier Ford and Nissan dealership, they offer a wide selection of new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs, all in a stress-free, customer-first environment. Their motto, big enough to serve you, small enough to care, means you'll enjoy the convenience of a large dealership with the personal touch of a local business. Visit Chuck Colvin Ford Nissan at McMinnville today or call 503-376-9650. Chuck Colvin Ford Nissan.
As we are finished up the national anthem, and we are kind of in a soundproof booth up here in the press box, so you kind of hear them in the background possibly, but great job there by the West Salem band as they have this fight song as we get ready for action here tonight. And David, looking forward to the game tonight, which should be a fun one considering both teams where they're at right now.
Yeah, and this game is going to tell us a lot who the Grizzlies are. I had spoken with you previously, and the Glencoe game we had circled only because we felt like that was either going to be the season's going uphill from here or it's going to go downhill. But this is just one of those games where I'm not sure what direction they're going to go, but it definitely is going to tell us a lot about who they are and what they're able to do.
All righty, as we get ready, as they are going to go out to the coin toss right now, and well, that might be the key right now to see if the Grizzlies can end up getting that. And wouldn't that be nice to get the ball first? As you got captains Austin Schoof out there, Wyatt Ackley out there, as well as we have a no-name. Oh, no, that's not going to be. That's going to be Alex Kellner, I believe it is. And then also Jacob Fairbank out there for your Sacks, or for your Grizzlies, as they are going to do the coin toss. Also for West Salem, you got Jacob Remilosa out there, as well as Zach Caravandi and Colby Cardenas. And the other captain will be Chase Garland. So I got a lot of seniors out there. And this is a senior-laden team, this West Salem team.
Yes. Sorry, I'm just laughing because you're signing their name. You're giving them just whatever name you want to give them.
Come on now. Come on, David. You're giving me a hard time already. All righty. Here we go. Grizzlies, Titans should be fun. And we get ready for kickoff here. And I think the key is now is just to keep the ball and keep it going and just keep them solid on defense. No, don't let any big plays. That's going to be what's going to kill you, big plays from the Titans.
Yeah, those are really good points because I have noticed that the Grizzlies have not been giving up those big plays, much less shooting themselves in the foot with penalties in situations where they're critical.
All righty, as we get ready for kickoff, just a reminder, you're watching us here on YamHillToday.com and listening to us on AM 1260 KLYC McMinnville. All righty, as we get ready, the Grizzlies will receive as the Titans will get ready to kick off. And kicking off for the Titans will be, let's see, that's exactly what I thought. Number 35 was not on the roster already. So I believe that's Joseph Guerrero, possibly, who is kicking, wearing a different uniform here tonight, as they are in their green unis and white numbers and white helmets. And the contrast is exactly the way we want it. It's finally come to fruition for broadcasters, where you can actually see the numbers really, really well. Grizzlies, of course, in their white uniforms, red pants. As we get ready to go, Guerrero on to kick it off. And here is a little squib kick, and it's going to be taken at about the 21-yard line. And Nash Opitz goes across the 30, down to the 33, and the ball pops out, and the Grizzlies come up with it. And they got lucky that time. And coming up with the ball is Caleb Long. Caleb doing a good job of falling on that fumble.
Yeah, not the way you want to start, but you recover the ball, and like I said, you can make mistakes, but you can't hurt yourself in those situations.
Yeah, that's a tough one, but they do have it, and now it's going to be the offense, and they'll be in that shotgun formation. Of course, Kane Sullivan will just kind of lead them up the field, hopefully, and just very much ball control. Look for him to, of course, jump on the backside of Fairbank and just follow his lead, and that side of the line, the right side, if they can, and we'll see what they can do here as we get ready for the first play from scrimmage here from West Salem High School. Here we go. Here is the handoff right up the middle, and just a stutter step, finding his way. Going to get about 3 or 4 yards there. And they're going to pull him off the pile there. And I think we've got a different with those Donahue. Yeah, they kind of have a little switch here with the home uniforms and the away uniforms, and so that is Donahue with the run. I say that sure looks like Donahue to me, not Ackland. As they come on here, it is second down now and 7. In motion, the far side is Seahaver. High snap, and it's going to be a keeper there. Good job by Kane, because he was going to throw it right into the hands of a Titan as he just blocks his way, follows his line, and he's going to get a first down as he gets to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, that was a great play there. He just kind of did a small feint, just enough to get that defender to step to the running back, and then broke right through that hole and picked up great yardage there.
A little dangerous that I think Ian Herbert may have been the linebacker who kind of jumped ship there, and if he would have pitched it would have been right into Herbert's hands. Yeah,
and it was a great feint. You could see it from up here. He really got into motion. I mean, it's possible he thought about pitching it, but he saw the space open up, and he just took the space.
Here we go. Donahue in the backfield. They're going to hand it off to Donahue. He's going to try to find a blocker. He's not going to get there. And a good job there by the defense as they come in there quickly and take down Donahue there. Quinn Burrow, the first one to get in there for the Titans.
Yeah, and they just swarmed him. There was no chance for that running back in that situation there to create any space. There was 4 jerseys in front of him right away. And just right before the series started, I did notice that Nash Opitz did go down, and he was actually getting carried off the field. So we'll kind of keep an eye out on that. But he got hurt on that special teams play right before we started the offense.
Hopefully he's going to be okay as we come back here. And now we got the lights off so we can see. Here's going to be a pass here in the flat, and it's incomplete. Just kind of led Justice Mason just a little too far, and that is going to bring up third down now for the Grizzlies. We're at 10:02 as the clock is stopped here in the first quarter. First possession of the ball game, Grizzlies and the Titans.
Yeah, that was very ambitious there with that pass, but they've had some success throughout the season, so I can't blame them. I really think this is a team that has pretty good balance as far as being able to actually pass the ball and run the ball. They don't make too many mistakes on either side.
Here we go. We've got two receivers here on the near side for the Grizzlies. Sullivan's going to throw it. He's going to look to the right. He's going to throw it to the right, and he overthrows the intended receiver, and that was Jason Matlack, and that will bring up 4th down for the Grizzlies. After the first down, 3 plays, David, where it just didn't work out for McMinnville.
Yeah, now they're just going to be playing this field position game, and let's see if they're able to pin West Salem back a little bit here and make it hard for their offense to get upfield. Because they've already had one mishap as far as special teams play goes. So let's hope that the Grizzlies have refocused here. Oh, and a high snap as I say that.
He does get it off, though. It is going to take a Grizzly bounce, and it goes now Titan bounce back to the 32, and it's going to be not a bad punt there. But we'll see now what the Titans offense is capable of.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Coach is happy that snap almost went right over the kicker. The kicker was focused, though. The kicker did a good job at watching that ball and grabbing it with his hands. He had guys breathing down his neck right there, but he did a good job at focusing on getting to the ball and not focusing on that hitter.
Yeah, that's a tough one, though, as that is, if you get that high snap, it's hard to come back down and make the play. And here we go. There's going to be maybe, I thought maybe a double pass as they get it here to Ian Herber. And Herber is the guy you have to watch out for. He is very, very quick, David. And he comes there, does a good job, and he got, I believe, close to a first down to the 41-yard line.
Yeah, if it wasn't 10 yards, it was 9 for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's going to be the guy they have to watch out for. They are going to try to spread it out. I think they've got believe their third-string quarterback is what I heard. So they've got to be careful for those guys on the outside coming up there. And if they can keep them contained, well, good things can happen. They also got a couple of big guys out there too now.
Yeah, and it was such a small seam that he took right there. It wasn't a lot of space they gave him, so Grizzlies have to close down super quick.
Here we go, roll to the right side, and that's Herber once again. He's going to break through enough for a first down. He keeps going, and he gets down to, let's see where they mark him, down near the 40, and it's going to be, well, I'm not sure. They're going to bring it back. Oh, way back to the 44-yard line. Going to zoom in just a wee bit. As they come out there now to the 44-yard line, but still went out of bounds. They got to be careful because they are just going to use the outside. What does that bring, though? He's going to open up the middle here soon if they don't watch out.
Yeah, he's ripping those runs around the edge there. No one was even close to him on that last run. I thought he picked up more yardage, but obviously he ran out kind of early, which is fine for us.
Yes, it is. 8:56 to go as the clock is stopped here in the first quarter. Here's the throw, and it's going to be a forward pass and caught barely. A little juggling act there by Luke Looney, and he's going to juggle it down the sideline. He's going to make it. He's going to get it into the end zone, and it's going to be a touchdown.
Yeah, that was just poor tackling in the open field there. The Grizzlies had an opportunity to make the play on the ball there, but just were not able to, as the receiver there just kind of shrugged off the tackle. It looked like the Grizzly defender was unable to wrap him up in the open space there and just wasn't able to stop him there. And the Grizzlies only had 3 guys out there, and they were matched up. West Salem was matched up just right there where they exploited that matchup there. So.
They are going to score first, and we will get our scoreboard put on here as we are working on that as we speak. And
yeah, West Salem knew to attack those edges there, though, because they literally ran each play the same way, and they picked up just as much yardage, if not more, on each play. Obviously, on that scoring run, they broke it off, but they saw weakness there in the Grizzlies. Oh, and a block special teams play there.
And we'll take that, won't we? As they get that, and they do block it, and that is a huge, could be huge, I guess we should say, later on here in the ball game. As we get ready now to put that on top, and we'll take a break here in just moments. Yes, we will. Our score is 6-0 in favor of the Titans. Don't go away. We'll be back right after this.
Check it out. Big Box has got coolers, the big ones.
Big Box is pots and pan sets.
Big Box returns and wiper blades. Big Box is pet Halloween apparel. Who puts a dog in a Buzz Lightyear? You could. Big Box is rugs. Monster 9x12.
8x10.
5x7.
Great deals.
We're open every Saturday and Sunday, 9 to 5. We are located right across the street from the Yamhill County Fairgrounds. Come on down.
McMinnville Les Schwab is a proud sponsor of Grizzly football on Yamhill today. When you shop at Les Schwab, they promise you the best tire value. This means you get free peace of mind protection and free lifetime tire and mileage care included in your purchase. McMinnville Les Schwab. They want to be the neighbor down the street you know and trust. We thank McMinnville Les Schwab for their support of McMinnville Grizzly football.
As we come back here, Luis Mendoza does run it, and he does get it to the 30-yard line. They really didn't waste too much time on the timeout. They didn't care about us, did they? So
No, they're not worried about the commercial breaks.
no, they're not at all. Here we go. First play now, and Sullivan's going to hand it off to Donahue, and he's going to be taken down immediately back at the 29. May have even lost a yard, David.
Yeah, and West Salem doing a really good job at beating McMinnville at that point of attack and swarming the runner.
Yeah, and that's going to be the key, is trying to get that going as we come up here now. And it's going to be 6-0, or as I said, our overlay. We'll get that up and running here in just a second as we come back to action here. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers on the far side. Grizzlies think they're going to have to throw it here, and they're going to. They throw it right up the middle. Incomplete. Oh, man. That was to Mason Justice. Mason had no chance to get that. He was thrown at his feet.
Yeah, the receivers and the quarterback right now seem to be not on the same page. Their timing is a little bit off, and it seems like he's throwing them off by, quite a bit of yardage there. It's not a short miss, and it's not like they're turning just a second late. They seem to be just not on the same page whatsoever.
Yeah, that makes it really tough. And now you're going to put yourself in a hole even more as they come on here now. As it's going to be a throwing situation, just kind of slings it on the far side, and it's going to be caught. And it is over on the far side near the 46-yard line. And coming up there with the reception is Bryce Wilson. Wilson with a great catch, probably even better than the throw.
Yeah, just as I say, the timing is off. You get a receiver that's just running the right route there, and he threw it right in his path. That was just a last-moment really throw. He had a lot of pressure on him, so he just kind of threw it where the guy was going to run into it. Didn't really have time to try to just touch it in there. So that was rushed play there, but good job by the Grizzlies.
All righty, as they come up here once again, as we're just trying to get a few things locked up here as I block everyone's shot there as they come up there with another run. They're trying to get the middle open there, David, aren't they?
Yeah, they're really pushing the run, which is fine. Like I said, the Grizzlies have made some big plays off that run, and then part of being able to use that option is also having that run be a dangerous play for them. If they want to keep the defensive line and the linebackers honest on the running back, when they do run those option plays, they got to be able to set that run.
Here they come out here once again, and let's see if they can get that. They go up to the right side, and it's going to be a nice gain, and it's going to get to the 47-yard line. First time into Titan territory.
Yeah, they did a good mix-up of play calls there where they got the defense used to swarming the running back, and they did that again. West Salem swarms the running back, creates just enough space to allow the quarterback there to take off for a few yards, and it's 3rd and 4 now, so he's able to rip off four yards there, and that's a good little gain here on the inside of the tackles there.
Yes, it is. As they come back out here now, and it's going to bring up third down, I should say, as that was the second down. Third down, shotgun formation, fling across the middle. It's tipped in the air and incomplete. That was a tough one. That almost could have been picked.
Yeah, it looked like the receiver turned around and settled down there, and he just kind of threw it in there. West Salem was running the right coverage there. The
Right.
West Salem guys were there. It looked like they were running a little zone there. It wasn't man-to-man. The quarterback kind of realized that as soon as he flung it in there, though.
Yeah, that would have been a tough one as the Grizzlies come on here now, as I'm going to move a few things over here and get this going. And they are going to punt, and they almost get it blocked. And it goes, and it's taken at about the 19-yard line, and that's where the Titans will take it. David, kind of scary because that one was almost blocked as well.
Yeah, and I was about to say actually right before when I was watching the snap, I was like, oh, that's a good snap in my mind, and then they let him through, so it was a good snap, but a dangerous play again. They're just gonna have to stay focused on the special teams because it's gonna be tight all night.
As they get ready to come out here, and the Grizzlies do trail by a score of 6-0. As we come back out here now, and it's going to be the defense. They're going to have to ask them to step up now.
Yeah, there's going to have to be, not only is the defense going to have to step up and make a good stop, they're going to have to help them with field position, shorten the field up a little bit for the Grizzlies and make it a little bit harder for West Salem to hold that offense down for too long tonight.
Once again, our score is 6-0. As the Grizzlies come out here now and defensively try to make a stop. Here is the handoff right up the middle, and I think we've seen what they're going to do now in this possession is try to move the ball up the middle.
Yeah, and that was a great run. He just pushed right through there, and the West Salem offensive line got a great push from the front. Grizzlies unable to jam him at the line and picked up great yardage there.
Yeah, when you do that, I mean, you gotta be careful because they can get some damage done.
Yeah, I mean, imagine you just got to run it 5-6 times down the field and it's all down the gut.
Yeah, it makes it look easy almost, and that's what a West Salem team is. We're used to seeing a team that does that.
Yeah, they're definitely capable of it. Like you said, that record doesn't show it, but they're definitely capable of breaking off plays like this right here.
There you go. On the right side is Cone Campos, the junior, and he does a good job at getting to the outside, and he picks up another first down.
Yeah, that was a great run there. And just again, they're running they're just sweeping to the outside. They're testing both sides, just forcing those outside defenders to make the play in the open field.
As they come up here now, and as they break the huddle, and that's the one thing, you just don't know what they're going to do because they can do pretty much anything they want. As they come in, we're going to try one little quick thing as they go, and this side now, and Campos gets the flag thrown in the backfield. He's got one guy to beat. It's going to be the free safety who gets hit and takes a huge wallop, and Campos just runs right over him. But we do have a flag way back at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, he got lit up there, but he stayed in the play. Somehow still was involved in the tackle. So I'll give him credit for that. It was he got trucked, but he definitely stayed involved in the tackle there. So saved the team from a touchdown, but it looks like you said maybe it is a hold all the way in the back there.
Yeah,
that might be the reason they were able to rip one off like that.
Yeah, you saw that thing flying in the air. You knew something was going to happen, and they had that one hold that apparently was just enough, and probably didn't even need it, to be honest with you. I mean,
yeah, he was already in the open space. Yeah, no, for sure. As a Grizzly fan, though, you just live traumatized thinking that flag is actually on you, and they're about to rip off a touchdown on you. So,
yeah, it makes it interesting. It definitely does. As they bring up the ball all the way back here, and let's see now what they can do to try to keep things going as we come back to action. As we're at 4:25 to go in the first quarter, as the Grizzlies come up here now, and let's see if they can make a stop defensively on first down. Here's going to be a handoff right up the middle, and good job there defensively by the defensive line at getting in there and making a nice stop on 1st and 20.
Yeah, that was a great tackle there. That looks like that was – is that an 85 out there? Is that a no-nom?
No-name? Well, if it's for us, it is, because I don't think we have an 85 on the team. Looking on the score sheet, nope, we don't. Could be a 65, too. We have the lights off also, too. Oh, my. What a great night it is here for high school football. Brian and David here with you as we come back to action. Shotgun formation. They're going to throw on the far side. I believe that's Campos again. Breaks one tackle, a second tackle, and he spins his way to the 40-yard line. And that's Jacob Sanderson, the quarterback. And he does throw a mean ball. It is a lot of out patterns he throws, but it is very, very crisp. Here we go. 3rd down and 10 now for the Titans. They come up quickly. They're getting the call in from the sideline. We've had Coach Sean Stanley giving those plays here on the near side. for the Titans. 3:03 remaining in the first quarter. Grizzlies trail 6-0, and we got flags, and we had a bad snap. We had a little bit of everything there. A little miscommunication by the Titans.
Yeah, the line looked in a disarray. The quarterback was still trying to get the signal. He dropped his mouth guard. Everything just looked off about that whole series right there.
You know, and it's funny because the first possession, everything looked on for him.
Yeah, and this is a situation here where the Grizzlies can take advantage of a couple West Salem mistakes and maybe get some good field position, but they got to hold strong here. Let's see what they do here on this third down.
Here we go, 3rd down and 15. Ball on the 35-yard line. Titans look over here once again. Sanderson is in shotgun formation. He's going to change the play at the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers here on the near side. And we got single coverage, and then we have a delay of game. It's going to be against, of course, West Salem, and that's going to move it back more. And that is something I heard early in the season. The first 2 games, they had some penalties that hurt them pretty badly, especially against Sprague.
Well, they're running around out there, still changing the play up, calling audibles like they're Peyton Manning. And obviously, at the high school level, your line are not going to respond to those audibles as quickly.
Here comes Sanderson. He's got pressure. He's going to roll to the right side now, looking. He may take it and try to run, and he's going to go, and he pushed out of bounds after a gain of about 9 yards, way short of the first down. Remember, it was 3rd and 20 after the penalty, and now it's going to bring up 4th down for the Titans, and the first time they are going to have to punt here tonight.
And good discipline by the Grizzlies downfield there, not taking off towards the quarterback while he was still behind the line of scrimmage where he could throw it downfield. They did a good job at staying disciplined on their marks and then forced him out of the pocket and into a run there. So good job by the Grizzlies.
Yeah, let's see if they can come in here now and get that kick. And a block would be nice, but, you know, we're always looking for just a good return also here as we have a timeout, and they are going to talk about it here. We will take the time out as well. 2:19 left to go in the first quarter. Our score, Titans 6, Grizzlies nothing. Back after this on AM 1260, KLYC, and YamHillToday.com.
Transitions in life. Sometimes it's difficult. When a loved one leaves us, Macy & Son is there for you, a trusted friend for 5 generations in Yamhill County. At that time, you have lots of questions and you need someone to walk with in every step of the way. Burial or cremation and a myriad of other options, let Macy & Son walk that journey with you. Macy & Son McMinnville. Give them a call, 503-472-6151.
As we come back to action, here is the punt, taking up the 28-yard line, going around the left side and slipping on the ground, on the turf, is, I believe, that may have been
Mendoza.
Mendoza, it was. And that's where the Grizzlies will have it at the 39-yard line as we came back to action there. And now I think if you're McMinnville, you need to move the ball. You're only trailing by 6, but you don't want to get too far out of it. Remember, you got the first possession. So you start thinking about a little early to think about, maybe getting the ball at second half, but you don't want to give them back-to-back possessions.
Yeah, like right before that series right there, Brian, I mentioned that were they running a gadget, and you're like, maybe, who knows? But I think the Grizzlies have their own little gadget play, which could be Mendoza, and I haven't seen him receive any balls yet or take off running with the ball, but I think he can break this game open for him.
Here is the pass here on the near side to Bryce Wilson, and Wilson is going to try to cut the corner, and he does for maybe a yard or 2. Coming there and making the tackle was Cade Vandeveer for the Titans.
And part of the reason I think he can crack this game open in a way that West Salem wouldn't expect him is he didn't play last week, so they only have 1 week of tape with him in offensive play. So if they see him out there, who knows? They may not think he's going to do anything. They may think he's just a substitution as a receiver or a back.
You're right about that because it doesn't take much, and they do rely on tape quite a bit as they go right up the middle, and the Grizzlies get a spurt up the middle to about the 46-yard line and gain of about 5 yards. And now it's going to bring up 3rd down and 3. I'm not going to say it's the biggest play of the game, but it's pretty close to the biggest play of the game right now.
And just as I mentioned that, look who runs onto the field last second.
All righty. Mendoza is going to run off the field
Off
now
the
in the last
field.
second, too. Can he get off in time? He does. And 5 seconds to snap it. They get the signal, and here we go. They're going to hand it off and go on the left side. Going to break through, and nothing there. Good job there defensively. Chase Matlack tried to cut up the middle, and the Titan defense, they're stout right now.
Yeah, it was a good play, but the linebackers were just holding their spots right there. Really good discipline by the linebackers holding their gaps, and then just stepped right into that opening. The blocking was all there, and they just waited to see where the hole was going to open up at, and they did a great job there at plugging that hole and creating that tackle there. It was in the open field too, so really good play there by West Salem.
And that's going to bring up 4th down now, as they will be punting the ball, and it's going to be a high punt, and it's going to be fair catch, caught at the 30-yard line, and that's where the Titans will have it as they lead 6-0. As we get ready to continue this with 13.5 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. And so far, you got to like the way that the Grizzlies have played defensively, really. I mean, they gave up a big play for a touchdown, but really they've done a good job, I think.
Yeah, and then bouncing back, because we've seen in the past where the Grizzlies will get that first touchdown, then it just kind of opens up from there. But that was a really good situation for them where they bounced back and got the penalties they needed.
All right, as we come back to action, and here is the handoff right up the middle, and just going forward across the 30. Oh, they're going to mark it back at the 34-yard line. Gain of about 4.5 yards there for the Titans' little counter action, and you're going to see a lot of that. Titans got some big size as we end the first quarter of play, and our score is 6-0. In favor of West Salem. From West Salem High School, you're listening to AM 1260 KLYC and also yamhilltoday.com. Thanks for being with us. Don't go away. We'll be back with more right after this.
Andrew Physical Therapy, Orthopedic and Sports Rehab wants to see you make a full and quick recovery so that you can get back into life and the things that you like to do. Their friendly staff will listen and encourage and guide you through each step of the rehabilitation process. From low back pain to post-surgical rehabilitation after a shoulder surgery or knee replacement, they are here to help. Andrew Physical Therapy, Orthopedic, and Sports Rehab. Give them a call at 503-435-1900.
Are you looking to spend less and get more on your next vehicle? At Chuck Colvin Ford Nissan, they've got you covered. As McMinnville's premier Ford and Nissan dealership, they offer a wide selection of new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs, all in a stress-free, customer-first environment. Their motto, big enough to serve you, small enough to care, means you'll enjoy the convenience of a large dealership with the personal touch of a local business. Visit Chuck Colvin Ford Nissan at McMinnville today or call 503-376-9650. Chuck Colvin Ford Nissan.
As we come back, and just like that, they quickly run up the right side. They're going to be close to a first down. They're going to talk about it. I think they're going to be short. Okay. Right here where we are, and they're going to have an injured player down there. Hopefully he's going to be okay for the Titans. Coming up limping a little bit is Isaac Makarenko. Makarenko is a senior, and they're going to take a look at him. And not much time before the breaks, or between the breaks there, David. I think the officials want to get this game over with.
Yeah,
they probably have another one here tomorrow, too.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
They're definitely this is one of the fastest. There's no nonsense in between the plays here. They get going real quick.
No, Makarenko is the player on the field. Gorgeous night for high school football, and, you can't beat it out here. And it's going to be fun. We have some scores that we'll pass along at halftime. We have them. We haven't got them all yet, but we will talk about what's going on at halftime as they are looking at Makarenko out there. We got some scores we'll pass along from all the levels. A lot of big games going on today, David. In fact, Dayton is at Newport tonight. Amity is at Scio, and Willamina is at Sandy Am Christian. So kind of fun to see that. But a lot of people on the road tonight. Yamhill Carleton is at home, so that's a Yamhill Carleton team that's nearby that's not traveling tonight. That's a good thing.
Yeah, and Dayton is one of those situations where I looked at them last year and they looked tough. Looked like they were going to have another good team this year, and they already got a couple losses a loss on the record. So I'm definitely keeping an eye out on that Newport Dayton matchup.
All righty, here we go. Back to action here. Handoff out the middle, going to be enough for a first down, and a little bit more to the 46-yard line. And that's typical West Salem football right there. Just kind of go on the right side and go right up the middle, and slowly getting up there for the Grizzlies. I believe, is that Kellner? Yeah, it is Keller, and he does get up a little bit slow. He was the one that made the tackle also on that. 11-16 and counting. I should maybe make the right quarter as well. That might help, huh?
Yeah, he's been doing a good job at sniffing out those runs. That's that second run that I've seen him blow up. So.
All righty, here we go. Going to roll on the left side. Going to try to make the corner. He does. Gets through there. He gets a first down or more again. And another 13, 14-yard. Actually, make him back a 12-yard pick up there. And the speed of this West Salem team. That's been the key, I think, so far in this ball game early.
Yeah, they just get the tiniest edge, and they create the biggest space between them and the defender.
And that's going to be one thing that they try to capitalize on, as they are going to do a lot of fly sweeps possibly. And they've done that already here tonight a couple times. Here we go, shotgun formation. They're going to throw it. They're going to throw it out to the flat this time. It's going to be caught. It's going to be a first down across the 25-yard line. A perfect pass there and reception by Colby Cardenas, the senior, and that was perfect right there. Nice little slant route right up the middle, and he got to him.
Yeah, just in the weak spot there of the defensive zone there that the Grizzlies were running, right in between the zone, just hit that little soft pad there and did a great job at running that route there.
Nice to see the defense now come up with a stop. It gets harder as you get closer to the red zone, of course, as we're at 10 minutes to go here in the second quarter. 6-0, Titans in the lead. They're going to hand it off and finding his hole and picking it right up to the 15. And the ball maybe even squirted out there, but he held on to it. And it's just tough to stop him, and that's going to get easier and easier, I think, for the offensive line to create those holes later in the game as well.
Yeah, and it's just the smallest creases that these West Salem players are working with, so they don't need a lot of space. They just need the step, really.
Here we go. 9:25 to go in the second quarter, and the clock does start to roll again. They throw here on the near side. They throw it behind the receiver, and that allowed the Grizzlies to come up and make the tackle, not before they get enough for a first down into the 10-yard line. Pass caught there by Garland, and it's going to bring another first down. First and goal, as they mark it at the 10. I think he has maybe just a little bit of space. No, they did say it's first and goal now from the 10 as they took down the first down markers. Let's see if the Grizzlies can step up. We got single coverage on the far side for McMinnville. A little bit of height, too. Do they try to exploit that? No, they go to the ground game, and they just power up the middle. I think you've seen what they wanted to do right there, David. Just kind of run that ball, and that run will open up their receivers as well.
Yeah, and it's been working for them all night. So feed a couple down the middle, and then feed a couple on the edge, and see which one of your backs or playmakers makes that play.
All right, we have a drone stoppage of play.
Oh, my.
So looking to see, I don't know if you can see it, David. You can find it up there, maybe get the camera. There's a drone above us. I don't even see it. So they have stopped play now, so they can get the drone out of the area. And let's see, we'll widen out. I don't think we'll ever see it. But
it's probably a North Salem fan trying to disrupt the rhythm of his game or something.
Let's see. It is a nice view out here, though. But they are talking about it to make sure the drone has gone away. And they're still looking around. The officials, you can kind of see them with their hats off, making sure it's nowhere in sight. This is my second drone stoppage I've been to. One in McMinnville and one now here.
This one, not that I'm defending the drone flyer, because obviously this is disrupting the game and they want to move this game fast. But here it makes a little more sense. You got more space. But right. McMinnville, you got so many houses, so many different power lines right by the high school. I'd be like, if you're flying that thing, it's probably not a cheap drone, so especially not at night.
No. Well, the funny thing is, a lot of these drones, if any sport can take a drone, it's probably a football team, right?
Yeah, they're
I mean, what's he gonna
downloading
do?
that information there.
It's probably going to hit him on the helmet. But I know
Canadian.
there's a lot of fans here, and I get it. But as we get ready to come back to action from the drone stoppage, we write that down at 7:34, 7:33 drone stoppage. There's one for the books, David. All right, as we come back to action here, 8:23 to go. Titans, they are threatening, and they're going to go to the right side, and then going in, going to try to dive into the end zone. Do they get it? The officials looking.
Oh, they did get it.
Touchdown. He flew right into the end zone for the score. And there we go for the score for West Salem. I wonder if you got that. My little drone joke there. Okay. Yeah.
Close. They almost got there.
Yeah, they did. Unfortunately, you're going to give them a lot of free stuff there with first and goal.
Yeah, now the Grizzlies have to convert.
Well, wait
something.
a minute. You see the flag? They had a flag on West Salem.
I even watched the replay, and I did not see
I
the
didn't see
flag.
that either. As they move it on back, so there we go. And so bring it on back. All that for naught, and it's going to bring up second and goal from the 17. Hold against the Titans.
Right as we'd given up hope.
Here we go. They're going to go to the ground on the left side. Going to try to follow his guys. Now he's going to try to push out to the far side a little bit more. But Kane Sullivan comes in and make the tackle on Burrow and take him down. But not before a pretty good gain to the 10-yard line. Going to bring up second and goal now from the 10.
So it's still
Our third
far
goal.
enough. Yeah, 3rd and 10. So it's possible here. This will end up being a really good drive for the Grizzlies if this pans out the way that they want it to.
Well, they need to come up with a stop. This may even be 4-down territory here for the Titans. You never know. They've had a nice long drive here. They're going to roll to the right, looking to the right, throwing to the right, throwing to the back of the end zone. Does he catch it? One catch, 1 foot in, and they're going to say touchdown. What a catch there. We're going to watch that on our own personal replay, but that was a perfect play, and I thought that ball was overthrown, but it is caught in the end zone. What a play. No.
The only thing that is a little upsetting about that play is that you could see exactly what was happening. I know that as the play is developing on the field, it's a lot faster for the players, but from up here, you could just tell exactly what he was doing when he rolled out. You could see his player up there, and he was just going to toss it up and go one-on-one. And West Salem has those athletes that can beat you one-on-one. That was a great play there by the West Salem Titans to go up here 12-0. So
we do have a timeout right here, and we will go ahead and we will play one of our spots here. Don't go away. With 7:29 left to go in the second quarter, our score is 12-0, pending the extra point. We'll be back after this word from Willamette Valley Medical Center.
Meeting the needs of not only our team, but our community with kindness and compassion and understanding. We have those moments every day. I think that's probably the coolest part of what I get to do. Treating people with kindness is such an important thing to our hospital. From the moment I show up here to the moment I leave, it is just a collection of big, meaningful moments between the community and staff.
All righty, as we come back here, as they try to go for the 2-point conversion after the timeout. They're going to throw it. They're going to throw it to the air. Going to throw it incomplete. The pass was intended here on the near side. I believe that's J.J. Davison, and it's going to be no good. And so after that, the 2-point conversion is going to be incomplete as the Grizzlies now trail by a score of 12-0. Don't go away. We'll be back with more here on AM 1260 KLYC and yamhilltoday.com.
If you are looking for a financial advisor located here in McMinnville, Bethany Ablin has you covered. She has a holistic approach and understands what is most important to you, using an established process to build personalized strategies and partnering with you throughout your life to help keep you on track. Her investment philosophy is a long-term approach with an emphasis on quality, durability, historical context, and common sense. Give Bethany at Edward Jones a call at 503-472-0555.
All right, he's come back for the kickoff after the score by the Titans. So they have extended their lead now to 12-0. Here is the kick. It's going to be another squib-ish kick to about the 33, and then a huge hit right there at the 47-yard line. As that's where 37 will be where the Grizzlies have it, and that was a huge hit. If you notice a little kick to the up backs, they're not kicking it deep. That's something they saw against Glencoe, and it worked really well. In fact, they even had a chance to recover a couple of those last week, and so they're not getting much of a return either, as they will mark them at the 39-yard line. All righty, 39-yard line, 1st and 10. Grizzlies need to put some points on the board. 7:21 to go. Sullivan, shotgun formation. He's going to hand it off, and Donahue's going to go to the right side. He's going to break one tackle. Breaks the second one, and then he goes, kind of pushes his way forward, and he gets across the 45, just inside the 46-yard line. About a 6-yard gain there for Donahue.
Yeah, good little mix-up there. You got to, like I said, you got to get that running back involved on the inside to keep them honest on the outside. Not, as we've seen, not all the Grizzly athletes are going to be able to beat them on the edges, but if you get someone to bite at the wrong time, you might be able to beat them with that one step.
Two receivers on the far side. Sullivan, shotgun formation. Here we go. Strong snap, but he's going to keep it. Going to go right up the middle. Gets one tackle, second tackle, spins his way into Titan territory, gets across the 40 and down to the 39-yard line. Kane Sullivan with a big run there for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, it almost looked like he was going to just crack that sucker open on his own.
Well, they're going to try to stop the edges a little bit, and Kane's like, I'm going up the middle then if you're going to have the edges. And it was a smart play and a big first down for McMinnville as we're at 6:16 and rolling here from West Salem High School.
Yeah, you zoomed right past both levels, the first level and second level there of defenders.
Here comes Sullivan, shotgun formation. They've got single coverage here on the near side. Will they try to maybe go to the air? They're going to look for it. They're going to throw here. Just as I say that, the pass is into the end zone. Touchdown. Perfect play there. Bryce Wilson. Perfect pass there by Kane Sullivan. 39 yards. He saw the single coverage right here on the near side, David, and he just threw it up there. And Wilson with the speed beat his man by a long time. I had to wait for the ball even and right into the end zone. What a play by McMinnville.
Yeah, it was great play there. Sullivan did a great job at recognizing that opening. He took 2 steps back and just flung that sucker right in there and put it right in the breadbasket. Great pass there by Sullivan, and even a better reception there by the receiver. Great play there for the Grizzlies. And just as things were starting to look a little bit dim here, Brian, maybe this extra point here might put them a little bit closer to tying this game up.
As Wilson, who got the touchdown, will kick the extra point, and the kick is good. Exactly what David said. 5:53 to go here in the second quarter. We're going to keep it right here, and you got to love that pass. The way, like you said, he just kind of flung it there. He knew what he had. He knew he had single coverage. He saw it, and like, hey, we need to take advantage of it, and they did.
Yeah, and especially after you've been watching the whole first half, it seems like the receivers and the quarterback have been just slightly just out of tune. I don't know. They don't seem to be on the right page on every play.
Right.
There's been a couple of them where they look like they were there. That was just everything came together perfectly for the Grizzlies in a time where they're not doing too hot. They're losing momentum. Just a great way to respond there for the McMinnville Grizzlies.
Yeah, I totally agree, and I really love the way that they just kind of answered back, and they needed to because they are going to give the ball back to West Salem and give them a chance to have another shot, but you needed to score there.
Yeah, just slowly chipping away at this lead. And that's the thing that's really been impressive about the Grizzlies this year is they don't feel like they got to get it all back in one go. It's not like they had the defense is going to get stops, the special teams is going to make a mistake. They feel like the offense is the only option to really get back into games. They've been able to rely on the special teams and defense to work cohesively with that offense to get them back in games this season. Wilson
on to kick the kickoff as he puts his foot into it, and it's going to be taken at about the 11-yard line. Go across the 20, 25, breaking the tackle and still on his feet and rolling to across the 37, 38-yard line. And let's see where they mark the ball. Pretty nice return once again for the Titans as they take the guys up off the pile there. And returning that ball, first time I've seen his number is Evan Woostig. And Evan with a nice return. And now you're going to ask your defense to step up once again.
Yeah, and that was a bummer there because he had a great kick there. Wilson just put his foot right behind that sucker and got it way deep in there. So, unfortunately, the Grizzlies weren't able to get down there fast enough, but good kick there. And
even, unfortunately, better return there as they come back out, and Cooper Case is going to be shotgun formation. And he's got two receivers on the far side. Wouldn't be surprised if they try to do something else like the Grizzlies did and try to exploit their size. And they go right here, and it's intercepted. It is at the 50-yard line, go across the 40, and then hit out of bounds. Right place, right time. Preston murders with the deflection. It was just too hard. It was just too hard of a pass, and Murders comes up with the interception, and he did a good job with the return as well.
Yeah, just a little bit too much sauce on that, and went right past the receiver's hands. It's still in the air, and anytime you deflect that ball, if it was one of your teammates knocking that sucker down, it's a free game for everyone, and that was free game there for the Grizzlies.
A little tip drill action played a part in that, and he got the interception. And the Grizzlies with good field position at the 32-yard line of the Titans with 5:35 left to go in the second quarter. Titans lead 12-7. Here we go. Sullivan's going to keep it, roll around the right side. He's going to cross the 30. The 30 down, he's hit, and he gets to the 15-yard line, and he gets a nice gain. They're going to mark him at the 16-yard line. Kane Sullivan with another huge run for McMinnville.
I just have to say this, man. Murders as your last name as a football player, that's pretty cool. Like, that's I got to say, one of the better football names out here.
Oh, yeah. Here we go, and now it'd be fun to see the Grizzlies push it in. Maybe they take some time off the clock as well, Dave, because you still have 5 minutes to go in the quarter. You don't want to give them any time as well. Donahue gets it, and he's going to roll, and he breaks his tackle and breaks his second tackle, goes across the 5, and he leaps into the end zone. Touchdown, Grizzlies! And they're still talking about it. I still don't see a sign. They're celebrating. And the official is going to say touchdown. There we go. And a nice run. Donahue breaking two huge tackles and kind of just stopped the defense.
I think what they were going to call there was him going beast mode. I think they were going to throw a flag on that, just running kids over like that. That was crazy. He got hit two different times clean and got through the run. I still don't even, after watching that replay, I don't even know how he got through.
We have our own little replay right here, so we have been watching that as well as they come on. Wilson, as the Grizzlies have taken the lead, 13-12, and now they are going to try to kick the extra point. Wilson, good snap. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Well, the Grizzlies did exactly what they wanted to do and had to do. They've answered back 14 straight points. They lead 14-12 with 4:51 left to go here in the second quarter. Don't go away. We'll be back right after this.
Check it out. Big Box has got coolers. The big ones.
Big Box is pots and pan sets.
Big Box returns and wiper blades. Big Box is pet Halloween apparel. Who puts a dog in a Buzz Lightyear? You could. Big Box is rugs. Monster 9x12. 8x10.
5x7.
Great deals. We're open every Saturday and Sunday 9 to 5. We are located right across the street from the Yamhill County Fairgrounds. Come on down.
All right, as we come back here to live action, as the Grizzlies have taken the lead, David, and that's exactly what you wanted to see, and they did exactly what they had to do.
Yeah, and it's crazy because what's separating the Grizzlies right now from West Salem is their kick game. I didn't think the kickers were going to be the key to this game tonight, but apparently it's the key right now. So.
Yeah. You ever hear that song, The Lonesome Kicker? Little Adam Sandler? Google it when you get home. You can stream it. It's great song. And it is true. The kicker doesn't get a lot of love, but they're getting some tonight. And especially right now, Bryce Wilson, as he has had the foot. He's going to lay into it once again here on the kickoff. It's going to be a high end over end. It's going to go and taken at the 1 yard line. Here they go across the 10. 5, hit once. Stutter Sept still on his feet, gets across the 20 to the 23 yard line. I can see why they don't down it. They have got a return guy who can definitely run the ball, and that is Herbert. And if you watch out, Herbert could break something big. Fortunately, he didn't there with 4:44 to go. The Titans, they've got some yardage to go.
Yeah, he had like 10 yards by the time the first guy was even within 10 yards of him. He's out of that back end zone quick.
Yeah, he really is. As we come up here now, if you're McMinnville, you got a break. Hopefully that break will continue and keep the momentum going here going into the end of this quarter and possibly into the second half. Here they go. They're going to hand it off here on the near side and trying to find a hole across the 25, and he does to the 27-yard line. And once again, that was Herbert, somebody we've called quite a few times here tonight. As we come down, I wouldn't be surprised. I thought they'd maybe rushed a little bit more, Dave. They're being very deliberate out there offensively. I thought they'd maybe try to get things going a little bit quicker here, trailing by 2 with 4:16 and counting.
Yeah, and the only thing I can think of is that they've kind of struggled a little bit. The penalties have come on the offensive side of the ball, not so much on the defensive side. So maybe they're kind of being a little more conservative just to keep the offense simple for the quarterback. But yeah, no, it is a little bit interesting. But they've been able to break them open, so.
They do have a substitution here. Not sure why they called out one of the wide receivers on the far side. He had to come over and he's got a little blood on him or what, but they're going to take a look at that. Here we go. It's going to be a keeper right up the middle and getting to the 30-yard line. Going to be a pickup about 3 yards. Fairbank with the tackle on the quarterback keeper there by Sanderson.
Now it's 3rd and 3, so manageable for sure. That was not a bad play. I mean, mixing it up. They're just trying to keep McMinnville honest, not trying to show one person too much. So that way it makes McMinnville just kind of think twice before setting up a certain way defensively.
I think it's a big 3rd down play. I wouldn't be surprised if you have Sanderson or Herbert in the backfield now. Try to keep good care of the ball. They need to get those 3 yards. Grizzlies kind of stacking the box. They go right up the middle, and it's going to be Herbert, and he's going to get enough for a 1st down by about a yard. Thought they maybe had that shut down, but the clock continues to roll. Both teams have 2 timeouts with 3:24 to go. And this is a team, though, that can break it open. They definitely can, but you want to get a stop here.
Yeah, because they put paws on him there.
Yeah.
They had hands on him. It's just he dragged that guy. It's still with him for another yard. So
Titans aren't worried about moving very quickly here. They do trail. Our Grizzlies in the lead, 14-12. 2 receivers on the far side. Now they got 3. Herbert going over there for the Titans. They're going to throw it to Herbert. Herbert's going to get it going forward. Stutter steps his way across the 40. Stutter steps again across the 45. Tries to cut it back in to the 48-yard line, and he gets a 1st down and more. Gain of about 14 yards there for West Salem. And that's exactly what they wanted to do right there. Once again, big yardage. They can do that.
Yeah, I didn't like that he was getting those dance moves in there. It was it was starting to look scary.
Yes, it was. Here we go now with 2:32 and counting. Grizzlies need to come up with a stop. They would like to go into this half with the lead, especially since West Salem will come back with the ball to start off the second half. Shotgun formation for Sanderson. Herbert's here on the near side. Sanderson's going to keep it. He's going to roll. Flag comes flying in. Breaks the tackle, and he gets forward to the 46-yard line. Gain of about 5 yards into Grizzly territory. But there's a flag back at the 47-yard line, and an illegal shift going to be called against West Salem.
Another good break for the Grizzlies. Like I said, this has been kind of their saving grace here is that West Salem's kind of shooting themselves in the foot. Only on the offensive side, though. We haven't seen these penalties on the defensive side. It's really been on the offensive side for the West Salem Titans.
And that's been a big thing because you pull back those penalties, and it really makes a big difference. I think the score is probably a little bit different if you pull back those penalties. Here we go with 2:11 to go and counting. Titans come up quickly after they break the huddle. And they do have they have a 3rd guy coming over here, so they do have some coverage here on the near side. and they're going to hand it off to Herbert. He's going to go. He's going to spin, and he goes forward. He gets almost back to the original. Oh, they're going to give him not a good spot. They're going to give him to the 46-yard line. Looks like he got down to the 48.
No.
But we'll take that. Actually, at least a 47. Geez, inside the 46. Okay, and that's where they stop him with 139, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and 12 now.
Usually we're complaining because they're giving them too much yardage.
Exactly. We're never happy, are we?
No, definitely not. Not when it comes to the refs.
Oh, come on. Sometimes we are. Here we go. Sanderson draws back. He looks to the right. He's going to throw to the right. Has a receiver, and it's intercepted again. It is caught at the 35-yard line. Going over to the right side. Breaking one tackle across the 47-yard line. And that's Austin Schoof with the INT. And, yes, you can't spell Austin without an INT. And the Grizzlies get the ball back and a huge stop with 1:12 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, and it's Brian. It was funny because you were earlier. You're like, well, should the Grizzlies just run the clock out here? And I think they're going to get a chance to. Not the way we thought it was going to happen, but
now, if you're McMinnville, do you try to make something happen here? You have the lead. You know they're going to get the ball back. You have a minute 12. You got 2 timeouts. Do you try to make something happen, or do you try to be conservative and just hop on your defense in the second half?
I would hand off a couple times and just see what opens up. If nothing's opening up and the West Salem team comes out here locked in, then it just depends on what they show us.
Here we go. Shotgun formation. Once again, as we always see, dropping back, looking to the left side, flushed out of the pocket is Sullivan. He's going to go to the right side now. He's got some time. He's looking, still on his feet, and then he's going to be taken down at about the 40-yard line. It's going to be a loss of a few yards, more than that, maybe 6 yards. Depends on the spot. We do have, I thought there was a guy who was down. Looks like he's going to get back up pretty quickly. And let's see where the spot is. They're going to say at the 40, inside the 44-yard line. So it is a loss of about 3.5. Original line of scrimmage is back at the 47. As we do have a timeout from McMinnville. We'll keep it right here as you are listening to KLYC McMinnville, AM 1260, and also watching us here on YamhillToday.com. Glad to have you here. Brian Erickson along with David Manriquez. And if you're McMinnville, you've got to be happy with the way you have played in the first half. I would say both offensively and defensively.
Yeah, no, I mean, it like I said, it started off kind of a little bit dismal, but the Grizzlies' defense is kind of hung in there. They made stops when they needed to, and part of the reason you're going to get those holding calls is because the defensive line is actually beating those guys off the line. When they're hiking that ball, they're actually able to force them into a bad position and force them to pull a jersey, hold their pads, just all these little mistakes that do occur when a team is playing well. So,
all right, as we come back to action, 59 seconds exactly before halftime. Grizzlies, 2nd down and about 13. Sullivan's going to look here on the near side. He's going to be flushed out of the pocket. He's still looking. He's going to keep it. He's going to go, and he's going to run out of bounds. Smart play there by Kane. He knew that really not to throw it up there into traffic. He knew if he got out of bounds, he could stop the clock. It does bring up 3rd down, however. 3rd and let's see where they did mark it. 3rd and about 11 yards for McMinnville with 52.5 seconds. Only thing I worry about is you might give them the ball back again.
Yeah, and that's what kills me in my SEC fandom. In my heart, I just want to see them run it 3 times and then punt it.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. There's going to be your run. A little draw there. Donahue goes. He fights his way, breaks one tackle, breaks a second, and he gets into about the 46-yard line. Titan territory. Going to be short of a first down by about 3.5 yards as we've hit the 36-second mark. And it looks like both coaches are going to let this clock run out. Nope. I think Coach Stanley is going to now take the timeout with 30.3 to go. They still had 2 timeouts to take. We're going to keep it right here. And kind of surprised they let 7 seconds go off the clock. But I think it's a good call here. Allows you to maybe get 1 or 2 more plays with a big play offense.
Yeah, you have the athletes to break this game open on 1-2 plays, even on the special team. So as a fan, I'm definitely not liking this situation right here. But as a spectator, man, this is great decision making here by the coach to squeeze just a little bit more, another couple possessions, maybe 2-3 possessions out of this last 30 seconds. with having the special teams that you have had, you saw on the last kickoff, guy ran it back for like 30 yards,
Right.
no work. So
If you're McMinnville, you got 4th and about 3. I don't know if you do anything crazy or if you just punt it and let your defense step up. Or you do something weird. Even if you did something too weird, I mean, you still give them ball at midfield. And it's like they may decide to go for it, David. They are.
Weird, like bringing out the offense.
Exactly. Or maybe try to draw them off sides. Oh, they may have drawn. No, they didn't. They're going to keep it. Sullivan's going to roll around the right side. He's going to get a first down or more as he gets out of bounds. Nice play there by Kane Sullivan to follow his blockers. The line doing a good job as we have a flag coming in way late back at the 30-yard line. It is a first down for McMinnville. Kane stops the clock as well. And let's see what that flag is going to be.
Maybe unsportsmanlike conduct somewhere over there, because I look like there's people running around on the sideline there, but I don't know. I can't tell.
Either way that goes, it's not going to be good for the team. Either takes you out of your offense. It is an unsportsmanlike penalty against West Salem. So the frustration kind of setting in a little bit. And now, David, you're getting close to field goal possibility here as your ball is on the 26-yard line now. So about a 43-yard field goal. Wilson's got the leg to do it. And let's see, though. You still have one timeout. You got 26 seconds to go. And you still have enough time to maybe hit the try for the end zone, at least 1 or 2 tries on a first down, right?
Yeah, a little handoff here to the left-hand side wouldn't be a bad play.
Well, you got single coverage once again here on the near side for Wilson, and then Sullivan's going to go. He's going to be flushed out. He's going to break the tackle, and he's going to get back into the pile, and he's going to maybe only lose a yard and a half. A lot of tough work there by Kane to get that only a loss of a yard and a half on the sack, as McMinnville is going to take their final timeout here with 18.7 seconds. The ball is sitting at we're going to keep it right here. The ball is sitting at the 28-yard line. So you got a 38-yard, a 40. Do we try a 45-yard field goal with 18.7 left?
Yeah, you have to. And
Yeah.
and I would have liked
kick.
to see them. I would like to see them hand that ball off through the middle again, and then set up just for the field goal straight up. But
No timeouts though.
yeah,
So
not
that's
now.
only-
Yeah,
not
not now.
And it'd be,
Not this
I
play.
mean, you could try to get up there, but you have to get back to the
Yeah,
line
you
of
have to get
scrimmage.
back quick.
I don't know. I think they're probably going to try to air it out. They did have single coverage once again here on the near side with Wilson. I think, though, if you're West Salem, you're going to back off in your coverage and just play prevent defense a little bit.
Yeah, and they did good. Then the line/linebackers that were involved in that play there on pressure, and the quarterback did a really good job at staying at home and just kind of waiting for him to make that move, because they know he can scramble.
Here we go. Single coverage here on the near side. Are they going to roll a safety across here? They are going to roll one out there. Sullivan's going to look for Wilson across the middle. They throw it to him over his head, and it's intercepted at the 5-yard line. Here they come to the right side across the 15, the 20, and he's going to be hit and then ridden down to the 23-yard line. And there we go. We've got a lot of extracurricular activity out here. We got Titans throwing the ball. We got coaches throwing players to the sideline. Fairbank was hit after the ball was dead, and all that scrimmage here. And it's going to be West Salem ball as the officials talk about what they saw there. And unfortunately, not a good play, and that kind of kills your chance for the field goal, definitely. But let's see what happens here, as they are going to call some personal fouls, and it's going to go against West Salem.
I mean, at least you can look at it like a punt, but
They called one on McMinnville also. That's kind of a scapegoat call, if you ask me, because you can see the West Salem kid went up there and tackled the McMinnville player.
yeah, watching the replay, I didn't see. I was looking for the retaliation on the MAC side just because I felt like it was only West Salem there, and I
Yeah.
didn't see anything clear. Like you said, it seemed like he was just kind of.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to protect himself from getting thrown to the ground, and I think official took the cheap way out there by giving both teams a personal foul. But no matter that, it is 7.6 seconds left to go in the second quarter, and West Salem is showing that they are just going to kneel on the ball, and they do, and that will end the first half of play. So the Grizzlies, they lead 14-12, and I think a lot of people would have said that throughout the week. They would have been like, I don't know about that. I think this West Salem team is going got some guys, some offense. Well, guess what, David? I think McMinnville has shown a lot here tonight.
Yeah, they're definitely – West Salem Ballers have shown out tonight, but McMinnville showed up to play as a team. So,
yeah, I think it's kind of cool that they have come out and played hard as they come up to halftime now with the score 14-12 in favor of our McMinnville Grizzlies. As they are bringing out the band, they're going to have a little performance. They always do here from West Salem High School, it seems. But we will have more of the halftime show. We'll take a little break here, and we will bring you some scores. We'll bring you some action from around the Valley, and also just talk a lot more football here on AM 1260 KLYC and YamhillToday.com. Don't go away. The halftime show here from West Salem High School. We'll be back right after this.
McMinnville Les Schwab is a proud sponsor of Grizzly football on Yamhill Today. When you shop at Les Schwab, they promise you the best tire value. This means you get free peace of mind protection and free lifetime tire and mileage care included in your purchase. McMinnville Les Schwab. They want to be the neighbor down the street you know and trust. We thank McMinnville Les Schwab for their support of McMinnville Grizzly football.
Check it out. Big Box has got coolers. The big ones.
Big Box is pots and pan sets.
Big Box returns and wiper blades. Big Box is pet Halloween apparel. Who puts a dog in a Buzz Lightyear? You could. Big Box is rugs. Monster 9x12. 8x10.
5x7.
Great deals. We're open every Saturday and Sunday 9 to 5. We are located right across the street from the Yamhill County Fairgrounds. Come on down.
All righty, welcome back here. Brian Erickson along with David Manriquez as we are here at halftime. We've got the band coming out here and getting ready for their performance here tonight. And it is a beautiful night, as we've talked about, for football. And time to go through some scores and kind of bring you some action from around the state, because we are in week 3. Can you believe it's already week 3?
it's crazy. It's going too fast already.
I totally agree. And I was even looking at the NFL, and the NFL, too, also going through their third week, and lots going on there as well. And let's see. Trying to go through some links here.
And an outrageous amount of injuries in the NFL. Fortunately, not as many for our Grizzlies this season. I think we've stayed pretty healthy so far in the season, but man, it's crazy to see so many injuries at that level. But fortunately, like I said, the Grizzlies have been staying pretty healthy overall. It seems like they've had a couple guys, go down here and there, but everyone's been playing. Fairbank went down in the first game, didn't play the rest of the quarter, but is back tonight, so that's always good to see, right?
Yes, it is, and we can keep it that way. It would be very, very nice throughout the season, but it's a long, long season. Here's some scores for you from around the state, around our area a little bit. You got Silverton taking on West Albany. That score is 16-7. The Grizzlies, of course, up right now on West Salem, 14-12. Staten on top of Gladstone, 20-6. Our Amity Warriors in the lead over the Scio Loggers, 20-6. That game is at halftime. Good to see the Warriors on top there. Let's see. The Tillamook Cheesemakers, they trail 22-14 to Cascade. That's in the second quarter. Let's see. No score from South Salem and South Medford's game. That is at South Salem tonight. No score from Sprague McNary either. So our people who get us the scores are struggling a little bit here tonight. That's not good, David.
They're chilling. They're sleeping on the job.
Somebody is. I want to see if I can get me a Springfield score too, because I got to see where my Springfield Millers, how they are doing. Let's see, is this updating as well? Here we go. Other scores from around the state: Marshfield 22, Junction City 18. Thurston is on top of my Millers, 14-0 in the second quarter. That's a tough one, David.
Anything is possible. You seen tonight's game? We were down, and now we're 14. People from around the state are looking at this score like, oh man, McMinnville's in this game with West Salem. They look 20 minutes ago, we would have been down, but we're in it right now.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You got that. Definitely. And really trying to get a date and score, if we can try to find one there. I don't have it yet. Let's see. Gosh.
They stopped updating after they lost that first game of the season.
Yeah. That's a tough one. That does take a little bit on the psyche, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. But, I mean, it's not like college football or anything like that where it's like all of a sudden you're out of the playoffs. Even for this level, you still got the NIT tournament to look forward to, so.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. We're gonna try to effort some more scores here. I'm going to my score machine here and see if I can get us some. Usually Jeremy McDonald is out getting some scores. I haven't seen much from him yet tonight as well. But let's see. Oh, here we go, David.
Doesn't he know that he needs to constantly keep us updated on
I
his
know.
scores?
I know.
What is he doing? Hanging out with his family, doing good things like that?
Well, there's something to be said about the way that things have changed a little bit. We have some time. We can talk about that. It's not like it used to be. The scores aren't as readily available like they used to be as well. It's almost like we don't have people. I think they're still going to the games, but maybe they're not posting. So is that the sign of the times, or what do you think that is?
I think it's part of it is because people know that there's someone streaming the video, so they're just like, well, anyone that wants to know the score is going to be here or tuned into that particular stream. But yeah, no, I mean, back in the day, you'd have that score updated within like the minute, right? Like they'd score and it was updated right away, and that's kind of how you kept track. I mean, even everyone went to Oregon Live, and that was just the one location that you found all the information. And now you got 3-4 websites that are putting up scores, or tracking the players, tracking the stats, tracking the score, tracking the schedules. I mean, it's almost like the access to the internet has made it less accessible for the high school sports, whereas it previously was centralized on Oregon Live. They had really good reporting. I mean, that was really the prime of high school reporting in a lot of ways. Now it's split up between, you got Twitter, you got maybe a Facebook group here or there. Oregon Live tries to do their thing. The Statesman Journal tries to do their thing, but it's just not the same. I think just a democratic society of football, right?
Yeah.
But we want a more authoritarian. We want one single source for the high school football.
Yeah, and there was something to be said about that. You're right, though. I mean, because I'm looking at scores now, and I can even go to the OSAA website, and they sometimes have them updated there, but they're not like they used to be. And, so I think you're right. I think people are going to go to their game and worry about it. And I think also it's been a lack of, maybe other reporters out there. And I think losing some of the local reporters has been a part on that as well.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, really, like you look around, and especially if you follow the sports in the regional area, one of the best reporters is Jeremy, and that's because he's actually out there and he's watching the different games. He's talking to different athletes. Like, we just don't get unless you get the local paper and then you're looking at the article on Saturday. But as far as like game day coverage, breakdown of in-depth stats for each player and spotlights of players, it's just not the same, not like it used to be. I mean, you can go on and watch. If you're a nut, you're gonna go in and watch the highlights. I mean, I'm gonna do that, but
I'll be there.
The normal folks, they're not watching the highlights afterwards. But I'm logging in trying to watch anything I can see. So.
Yeah, I think we're there. We're doing that. I think we're a part of that. I think also we're part of the success of what you can do. But really, I'm looking at the scores, and there's not a single one updated on the last part of there. So, and just looking online either. So, folks, we tried to get you some scores. We got you a few. We'll try to keep you updated. There'll be some more coming in as well. But I guess the most important thing we get out of all this, David, our score here, it's 14-12. Grizzlies in the lead.
And on it, like I said before, this game even started, I didn't know if the Grizzlies were actually going to be in this game. I wouldn't have been surprised if we were getting blown out at this point in the game. I talked to a couple folks today, and I was like, yeah, I don't know. Mac's doing good, but it is West Salem, so.
I think it also talks about West Salem and the lore of West Salem and where they were. Yeah. They were. They've been. They had a 500 season last year, I believe. Year before that, struggled mightily. But then, they played a couple tough teams, and now they're playing another tough team tonight. and our McMinnville Grizzlies. The Grizzlies lead right now by a score of 14-12. This is the halftime show. Brian and David, and we will be back with more. Don't go away. We'll be back right after this.
Are you looking to spend less and get more on your next vehicle? At Chuck Colvin Ford Nissan, they've got you covered. As McMinnville's premier Ford and Nissan dealership, they offer a wide selection of new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs, all in a stress-free, customer-first environment. Their motto, big enough to serve you, small enough to care, means you'll enjoy the convenience of a large dealership with the personal touch of a local business. Visit Chuck Colvin Ford Nissan at McMinnville today or call 503-376-9650. Chuck Colvin Ford Nissan.
Meeting the needs of not only our team, but our community with kindness and compassion and understanding. We have those moments every day. I think that's probably the coolest part of what I get to do. Treating people with kindness is such an important thing to our hospital. From the moment I show up here to the moment I leave, it is just a collection of big, meaningful moments between the community and staff.
Andrew Physical Therapy, Orthopedic and Sports Rehab wants to see you make a full and quick recovery so that you can get back into life and the things that you like to do. Their friendly staff will listen and encourage and guide you through each step of the rehabilitation process. From low back pain to post-surgical rehabilitation after a shoulder surgery or knee replacement, they are here to help. Andrew Physical Therapy, Orthopedic, and Sports Rehab. Give them a call at 503-435-1900.
As we come back here at West Salem High School, our score at halftime is 14-12. The McMinnville Grizzlies on top of the West Salem Titans. And we will go through a few more games. As we said, we talked about these games earlier, but we do have action. North Marion is at Banks. Rainier is at Yamhill Carlton. Kennedy's at Warrenton. Dayton's at Newport. Amity, of course, up right now on Scio. Blanchette Catholic is at Taft. And Willamina is at Sandy Am Christian. So there you go. A couple scores for you. Trying to think. A couple more that I want to go to. I was looking for the Sheridan score. I'm not sure. They may not be playing tonight as they are in their special district, though. But there we go. So those are some of the games going on around the area tonight, around the state as well. And a couple games, of course, you want to be aware of. We've got Oregon State taking on Purdue tomorrow, and that's a huge game. David, let's talk about it. A game you can hear live here in AM 1260 KLYC. What are your thoughts, and what do you think is going to happen? Because Oregon State coming off the big loss to Oregon last week. What do you expect to see tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't take a genius to see that there was obviously a gap with the talent on each side. But as a fan of just football, watching what Oregon State has been able to put together after their whole conference got destroyed, I haven't lost hope in what that team can become. Not only that, but you see them building up the conference. I mean, there's a lot of positive signs that I think at the beginning of this year. I mean, I remember texting you when that whole conference blew up and just being like, man, what's going to happen with Oregon State? Mm-hmm. And now I feel like just seeing not only what they've been able to put together as far as the schedule and the roster that they have, I mean, there is something to look forward to. And it's even, I mean, you're competing with some really big schools and you're still staying in there even when everything around you is just falling apart. It's kind of crazy. I mean, they got destroyed by Oregon, but at the same time, Oregon should have that gap between them and Oregon State as far as what they have available to them within the recruiting class, what they have available to them within the transfer portal. Those are all things that Oregon should be putting up those scores. I mean, the only reason we thought that game might be closer is because Oregon wasn't performing up to that level. It looked like some of those transfers that they had gotten weren't really panning out. It looked like maybe some of the recruits that they were bringing in weren't really as good as some of the fans thought they were, but it's finally kind of coming together for them. It's kind of gelling for them, and unfortunately it was against Oregon State.
So how does Oregon State recover from that game and then come up to take on against a Purdue team who got walloped last week by Notre Dame, 66-7, I believe? How does Oregon State respond?
I really think that they're actually going to do well against Purdue. I personally didn't look at Notre Dame as being that big of a threat this season. I felt like Notre Dame was going to be good, but the fact that they walloped on Purdue, that just kind of shows that I think this is going to be a similar level of play from both sides. It's just going to be, they're going to slowly build, but I think at the end of the day for the Beavers, it's always just been the run game, right? Like they can still depend on the run game. They still have some quality backs, but it was just that big of a gap between the skilled positions for them that they weren't able to break open those runs the way they're used to. I mean, I think they're going to be able to establish the run game in this game in a way that obviously against Oregon it didn't work out for good reasons. I mean, the Oregon offense or the Oregon defensive line is that much better than the offensive line. It seems like they kind of put that together a little bit more this season than last year for Oregon State.
So if you're looking at it and you're looking at a final score, if I had to put you on the spot, what would you say?
Oregon State by 7.
Really?
Yeah, I think they're going to bounce back. They're hungry. Like it took until later in that game for us to really feel like they were out of the game with Oregon. The game started off and it was like, dang, like the Beavers are holding on here. It wasn't like they gave up right away, and it wasn't like we could see that big gap right away. It was kind of a gradual thing that they just kind of chipped away at the Beavers and cracked them open.
Say that score one more time.
I think I'll give you a 21-14.
21-14, Oregon State.
Putting the bet in.
Okay, I'm just putting it in.
Norm's on his way out to the casino right now to put in the bet.
Yeah, sure. All right, so Oregon State, big game tomorrow, and you can hear that game live here on AM 1260 KLYC. They'll bring you all the action. Mike Parker will bring it to you here on AM 1260. Pre-game show starts at 3:30. 5:38 officially is the kickoff, and it should be fun to see if the Beavers can bounce back and come up with a victory. It'll be fun to see if the Grizzlies can hold on to the second half as they lead 14-12. Don't go away. Our second half is coming up here on AM 1260 and YamhillToday.com right after this.
If you're looking for a financial advisor located here in McMinnville, Bethany Ablin has you covered. She has a holistic approach and understands what is most important to you, using an established process to build personalized strategies and partnering with you throughout your life to help keep you on track. Her investment philosophy is a long-term approach with an emphasis on quality, durability, historical context, and common sense. Give Bethany at Edward Jones a call at 503-472-0555. Transitions in life. Sometimes it's difficult. When a loved one leaves us, Macy & Son is there for you, a trusted friend for 5 generations in Yamhill County. At that time, you have lots of questions and you need someone to walk with in every step of the way. Burial or cremation, and a myriad of other options, let Macy & Son walk that journey with you. Macy & Son McMinnville. Give them a call, 503-472-6151.
And welcome back here. Brian Erickson along David Manriquez as we get ready for the second half, moments away as the Grizzlies lead right now by a score of 14-12. David, if you're McMinnville, what do you expect them to do now?
Well, obviously protect the ball. I think both sides want to protect the ball, but I think just keep on building off the defensive stops that they have had. Obviously, there were some mistakes there from West Salem, but there were some moments there for the Grizzlies where they were able to stand strong and stop some of those runs.
All right, it should be fun to see if they can come out here and get that job done. And just remember, they do lead by a score of 14-12. And if they can hold on to this, but the big thing is they are going to be kicking to start the second half, which means West Salem will get the ball to start the second half as we get ready to come back to action. Here is the kick by Wilson. It's nice to have Wilson's leg back there. He kicks it about the 7-yard line, and it is taken, and it's going to go right up the middle and gets to about the, let's call it the 28, 29-yard line, and that's where West Salem will start here in the second half. Defense for the Grizzlies looked really good, David. They had a couple of big interceptions that played a huge role in that first half.
Yeah, and like I said, on top, combined with those moments that they had as far as penalties go, they really just were able to stifle that offense that started off so strong for West Salem. I mean, it was starting to look like a blowout.
Two receivers here on the near side. They're going to pass it here on the near side and trying to set up a little screen, and they do, and breaks the tackle as he gets to almost the 37, make it the 39-yard line. As I pull the papers back out here, and pass wasn't completed there to Woostig, and he's really one of the keys for this West Salem team as they come back out here now. 1st and 10 after the big pickup.
Yeah, that was just a great play exploiting the edges, just like they've been able to do tonight, playing on those edges.
Here they go, Woostig on the far side again. He's going to get it, trying to cut up, and he is going to get to the 46-yard line. And another 6, 7, maybe 7.5 yards there by Woostig once again. Yeah, you're right. It's just those edges, they've been very productive over there, and they do it again. And another big reception. They're just going to move the ball down slowly but surely, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, I think you go straight Chip Kelly on these plays and just run the same play on different sides each time until they stop it.
And Woostig is going to be here on the near side. We got single coverage. They're trying to set something up here. They got to be, I think, careful with this single coverage. And they're going to throw it here to the near side, and they have a receiver, and coming in there and making the tackle, I think, is Wilson. He does. Nice job by Wilson. He gets on Luke Looney, who had the reception, and he's going to throw him down for a loss about of a yard. And Wilson just kind of broke off the defender and got back in the backfield, made the tackle.
Yeah, great open field tackle there. Wrapped him up and just was really technical. Took him down, didn't try to do anything fancy, just made sure to wrap him up and slow him down there.
10-14 and counting. As they come out there and going to break that huddle on the far side. There we go. As they come on, now they have a new receiver down there. They haven't gone to Garland too much, but Chase Garland is over on the far side. They're going to fake it. They're going to throw it across the middle. It is caught. Touchdown. Too easy. Evan Woostig. The Grizzlies bit on the fake, and Woostig just got wide open there and just kind of ran it, and you knew he was going to get to the end zone there after the fake because there was nobody home.
And he was just full stride as soon as he caught that ball. Even if a Grizzly would have touched him, I don't know if they would have been able to bring him down. He was just in full stride there.
Yeah, I don't think they stop him at all because Woostig, he said, full stride, full speed, and just like that, they have taken the lead or retaken the lead after the Grizzlies scored 14 straight points. Now 18-14, and they are going to go for 2. Sanderson gets it from Coach Stanley, and he's got Woostig here on the near side. Over on the far side is Garland. Here on the near side, along with, we have a flag as it comes flying in the back of the end zone. I think McCarthy is here on the near side also. Actually, that may be Looney. It is Looney. They're going to move it back against West Salem. So moving on back, they've had some penalties that have cost them a little bit in this game. Not a huge amount, but Coach would maybe argue with that.
Yeah, not enough for us to be worried about him, but enough for the coach to be ripping his hair out right now.
As they go up there now, and here we go. 2 receivers on the far side. This is for a 2-point conversion. They're going to throw to the corner of the end zone, and just not a good pass intended for, I believe, Woostig on the far side. Incomplete, and that will drop to the ground, and the score will remain 18-14 in favor of West Salem now. Don't go away. You're listening and watching Grizzly football here on AM 1260 and also YamHillToday.com. We'll be back after this. Time out.
Andrew Physical Therapy, Orthopedic and Sports Rehab wants to see you make a full and quick recovery so that you can get back into life and the things that you like to do. Their friendly staff will listen and encourage and guide you through each step of the rehabilitation process. From low back pain to post-surgical rehabilitation after a shoulder surgery or knee replacement, they are here to help. Andrew Physical Therapy, Orthopedic and Sports Rehab. Give them a call at 435-1900.
Are you looking to spend less and get more on your next vehicle? At Chuck Colvin Ford Nissan, they've got you covered. As McMinnville's premier Ford and Nissan dealership, they offer a wide selection of new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs, all in a stress-free, customer-first environment. Their motto, big enough to serve you, small enough to care, means you'll enjoy the convenience of a large dealership with the personal touch of a local business. Visit Chuck Colvin Ford Nissan at McMinnville today or call 503-376-9650. Chuck Colvin Ford Nissan.
As we come back here, they came back quickly like they've done all night, and they go to an onside kick, and the Grizzlies do not recover it.
Yeah, it was the Grizzlies were lined up in just their normal kick formation. Same with West Salem. West Salem wasn't lined up in anything special. They just kicked a soft little roller right through the middle, right in between the two defenders there, right in between the two special teams guys, and they just were not ready for it. And as soon as it caught up to as soon as it got to that 10-yard line, there was a West Salem player there just to make that play. So good job there.
It is a good job for them. They do recover the ball, and they've got great field position on the Grizzly 47-yard line. And they try to make something happen right away. They're going to hand it off and go in, and a huge hit at the 47 right in front of the West Salem bench as they untangle the pile, and that's Cohen Campos who made the hit, or excuse me, made the run. I think Justice made the hit, and it is going to be first down. No gain on the play. Now this crowd is getting into it again, David.
Yeah, they're definitely fired up. You could even just tell in between that series right there, right before the kickoff, they were in the game a little bit more.
All right, defense is going to ask to have to step it up here again, and they were successful in the first half. They're going to hand it off to the back. He's going to break one tackle. He's going to cut to the outside, put on some speed, and then finally gets flung down. I believe the flag comes flying in. That was Cohen Campos with the big run. He did get a few yards. He's a tough, strong. They don't say height or weight in the West Salem thing, but there's a flag back at the 48-yard line. But he's a big body, hard to take down.
Yeah, and it looks like maybe another offensive penalty here for the Grizzlies. Great break for them, especially after that special teams botch. And it's kind of crazy because I was praising their special teams earlier, and then sure enough they come up with a bad play there. So I don't know. I don't know what I can talk about without jinxing it, I guess.
The old announcer jinx. What a great night here. We're just at the 8:30 mark. We're here from West Salem High School. Brian Erickson and David Manriquez. Just a reminder, you got Oregon State football tomorrow on AM 1260 KLYC as they'll have all the action. Mike Parker will bring it to you, and make sure you tune in to see the Beavers take on the Boilermakers. Here goes the handoff, and going through is Campos, and he's going to get to the 49, almost the 50. They'll make it down the 49-yard line. It'll be now third down, I believe, and a big third down here for West Salem. West Salem does lead by a score of 18-14. So they come on here now, and defense is going to be asked to make a big stop. Let's see what they can do as they come up to the line. Third down, and let's call it 14 yards now. As they drop back, roll to the right, and there's a pass, and it's going to be a little screen play up the middle, and they're going to lose some yard, David. Good job defensively.
Yeah, those are the disciplined defensive plays that the Grizzlies need to make here to stay in this game here. Even with a bad situation there as far as the special teams plays go, they're still in a good possession there. I mean, did a good job. It wasn't straightforward, but the defense stayed strong, and hopefully they can actually get off the field this time with some good special teams play.
Well, they do have the punting team out now to punt for West Salem. Here is the snap. It is good. It is a pretty good kick, and it's going to be taken and hit down immediately at the 25-yard line. That's a tough one there because the ball kind of just died, and then Wilson kind of lunged for it, and as soon as he caught it, he was smacked down.
Yeah, it was a dangerous reception there. I didn't like the way it was received, but at least it was secured. So,
yes, it was, and that's where the Grizzlies will have it now. As once again they do trail McMinnville 18-14 with 7:29. If you're the Grizzlies, what do you have to keep doing that was working well in the first half?
Mixing it up, keeping that defense or keeping the West Salem defense confused on what you're going to do next. They did a really good job at mixing up the pass plays and the run plays. Just kind of got in a rhythm with that.
Here we go. Donahue he's going to break a tackle, goes across the 35, and he's going to get a first down or more to the 38-yard line. And a nice run there by Donahue, and that's the key. The first two victories, the key was Donahue. They need to keep that going, and that may be what they try to do to get to in the second half.
Yeah, ripping off a 20-yard run definitely wasn't in my book, but it doesn't hurt, right?
Well, I'd love to have it be a lot more. I'd love to see them get over 100 yards here tonight, because if they do, then they have a good shot. And so I wouldn't be surprised if they start to work Donahue a little bit now and see if he can get that offense going, and that'll open up some of the receivers possibly here on the outside. Sullivan, he's got a high snap. He's going to give it to Donahue. He's going to go forward. He's going to break one tackle, roll on the right side, and he tries to spin, but he doesn't spin enough. But another solid 8-yard gain. Two plays, 20 yards right there. So Donahue is going to be asked to do a lot here in the second half.
Yeah, I can't tell if the sticker came off of him or what happened there. But yeah, no, that was a great run there. Just really good job opening up the hole there and just breaking the first tackle. He's doing a good job at breaking that first tackle and forcing them to come and tackle as a group.
They got Fairbank on the right side of the line, so they do like to run that way. As they're going to go now to the left side. They're going to pitch it. Donahue's going to get the pitch. He's going to cut it up. He's going to go through, and he kind of just breaks down one of the guys as he gets a first down and more as he gets inside the 50 down to the 47-yard line. And a first down, a nice run there by Donahue. And you can see now they are going to get to Donahue here in the second half as we have just over 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, and I mean, what makes it even harder for me, just even as an observer of that defense, is Sullivan's been keeping him a lot. He's been forcing him to make the tackle on him, and that time he just tosses that ball out there and forces him to make a tackle on Donahue. Donahue's on fire right now. Yeah,
that's going to be the key. It's just the way Sullivan holds that ball as long as he can. Now he's going to throw. He's going to look down the center. He throws down. Here's a receiver. Oh, incomplete. He had a streaking shoof going up the middle and just led him just a little too far. And he was open, too. That's a tough one. Going to bring up second down. Great play call, though, I think, on that first down. As they come back now, and it's going to bring second down and 10. Why not try to mix that up? Because I think they caught the defense a little off guard as they are, off guard as they were thinking there's going to be another run play.
Yeah, that motion really made them bite hard. They were all three of the guys were in front of the receiver there. The receiver had already gotten behind them.
Sullivan changing the play at the line. Wilson's going to come out here in the near side a little bit further. Now we have another guy in motion. They're going to get a flag probably. They hand it off to the big fullback. And going forward there is Jace Walters. And there is a flag coming in here. It's going to probably be a motion penalty against McMinnville. And they haven't been penalized too much here tonight.
No, yeah, just one of the few mistakes that they've had all night. And it's just unfortunate there that it was on a motion. It wasn't even – not even on the offensive line or anything. Right. It was just on a pre-snap error.
Can I tell you something really funny? We're sitting in the booth here. We've got two big panes of windows on each side of us and a little window that opens up top. The one window on your side, darker than the one on this side, just telling you. I'm standing right in the middle, so I have plenty of time to look at it. And I just thought I'd pass that along to you. David has no words for that. Nothing at all. Okay, I'll take the weird awkward one.
Might be my shirt, I guess.
No, it's definitely the pain. Here we go. So we come back to motion, and they are going to throw a little drop pattern to Donahue. He goes. He's going to catch it. He's going to get across the 40-yard line, and he's going to pick up about 13 yards. Needed to get 15 for the first down on second and 15. But a nice pickup there, a nice little draw play there by the Grizzlies. They're moving the ball. They're getting things going. And 4:52 and counting in the third quarter. The clock continues to run. We've got a close one here, 18-14. Shouldn't surprise you. We've had close games in the first two games of the season, and this is another one just like it right now. Grizzlies would like to take the lead, of course. You always want to do that, right? Here we go. Two receivers here on the near side, one over on the far side. single coverage, and Sullivan looks. He's trying to direct traffic. He's going to keep it. He's going to roll up. He's going to try to find a little bit of pressure, and he's going to try to get a first down, and he's going to be close, but I think he's going to be short by about a yard. Had to get to the 37. He's at the 38.
Yeah, and Brian, part of the reason why I'm not even talking right now is I'm on edge right now. I'm trying to see what the heck the Grizzlies are going to do. This is huge right now. This is a huge down. They're in a big position right now where they can continue this momentum that they have offensively here. Done a good job at mixing up the play calls, forcing that defense to make plays in the open field. And, yeah, 4th and short, they're going to go for it.
I think you do. I think you're 4th and short. You think you're trailing by 4. 3:50 to go. You may have one or maybe 2 or 3 more possessions left in the game. So I think you have Jace, you have Donahue, and they're not going to get it. I thought they had Kane had an opening, and they saw that, and they read it and ate it up. And just as we say that, West Salem comes up with a huge stop and a turnover on downs now.
Yeah, and he got lit up there. He was slow to get up, but, yeah, no, unfortunate. For the Grizzlies, it was good play call. I think that's a play you go with. You give them the option. You give them a chance to have to decide between Donahue and Sullivan, and they went ahead and made the right decision there. The defense did a good job at plugging the hole and coming up with the big play there.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with that play call. You got to give to West Salem for making the stop. I mean, you give them the ball inside their own 40, so it's not like they're in great field position. They have decent field position, and here we go. Now is shotgun formation. Sanderson, he's going to hand it off the right side, breaks one tackle, breaks another, and Campos is just going to get another first down. Another 11-yard run there for West Salem.
Yeah, I mean it's a fine line that you have to dance as a coach. I think sometimes when you keep that offense out there, you give your team as a whole belief that you trust that they can win that game. If you go and punt it away or whatever, sometimes they're like, man, like, come on, coach, give us a chance. Give us a chance to win this game. So I think it's a fine line between making a good play call and also just igniting the fire in your team. So.
Well, they're going to have the defense do it now. They're going to hand it off. Campos, he's going to roll around the left side, breaks one tackle, a third tackle, and he gets thrown down, but not before he gets the first down and a lot more. Gain about 16 yards as he gets to the 32-yard line. And right now, how do you stop that guy? Cohen Campos, the junior, and he's been the best player on the field, I think, so far here tonight.
Yeah, and he just did a great job at getting to the outside there, breaking that first tackle. Luckily, oh, wow.
You're going to go quickly. They throw it over the far side. Sanderson throws it. It is caught there, and it is caught by Looney. And Looney does a good job of picking up about 7 yards. They are using they're getting the clock going. They're moving the ball. They're almost doing that. You called it earlier, the Oregon offense, right?
Yeah, hurry up.
Kind of get the momentum rolling. Here they go. Now the defense, they've stopped them like this before. They're going to have to step up again. Scores 18-14, West Salem in the lead, and they're going to give it to Campos. And he just breaks it up the middle, and he just drags a defender into the 15-yard line, maybe even a little bit sooner. And how do you stop Campos right now? He wasn't doing that in the first half.
No, not like that. Not dragging guys behind him like that.
Here they go. Guess who's going to get it? Right up the middle again. Easy, and it's going to be a touchdown. He was barely even touched there.
Too easy.
15-yard score. And this is the first time the defense has looked like they weren't interested right there. And Campos just runs it right up the middle and puts up another 6 points.
Yeah, and it's a big momentum shift there as the Grizzlies are now down 10. Let's see what West Salem does here for this special teams play, because they've struggled. They missed the first kick and then they've just gone for 2 ever since then. So Grizzlies still in this, but they got to respond here. Starts with the special teams, so because they already gave West Salem an extra possession earlier, and that's got to wear down your defense as well. You know, if you're not getting your defense off the field because you're making bad special teams plays, that's not good for you.
Well, we've got a penalty going against West Salem, and they will use that on the kickoff. So another penalty, West Salem. They've been penalized a lot here tonight, but they will kick the extra point. And on to kick the extra point will be Brody McCarthy. Here's the snap. It's good. The kick is up, and he's got a foot on him, and he kicks it through the uprights, and it is good as well. with 1:50 left to go in the third quarter. West Salem has extended their lead. They lead now by a score of 25-14. And we will go ahead and take a break here on AM 1260 KLYC and YamHillToday.com.
Andrew Physical Therapy, Orthopedic and Sports Rehab wants to see you make a full and quick recovery so that you can get back into life and the things that you like to do. Their friendly staff will listen and encourage and guide you through each step of the rehabilitation process. From low back pain to post-surgical rehabilitation after a shoulder surgery or knee replacement, they are here to help. Andrew Physical Therapy, Orthopedic and Sports Rehab. Give them a
McMinnville Les Schwab is a proud sponsor of Grizzly football on Yamhill today. When you shop at Les Schwab, they promise you the best tire value. This means you get free peace of mind protection and free lifetime tire and mileage care included in your purchase. McMinnville Les Schwab. They want to be the neighbor down the street you know and trust. We thank McMinnville Les Schwab for their support of McMinnville Grizzly football.
As we come back here to action, the Grizzlies need to get back into this as they trail by 11 now. Here is the kick. It is taken at the 23-yard line and, well, may have got to the 30 and then wrapped up there. Shoup had nowhere to go, and that's where the Grizzlies will take over, trailing by a score of 25-14 with 1:44 to go here in the third quarter. Dave, if you're McMinnville, you need to put some points on the board now. You need to move the ball. You need to get things going. Still a lot of time in this ball game, but you do trail by 11.
Yeah, and I mean, in the last series, they did have some really positive plays. It was just unable to convert that fourth down. As an offensive player here, you got to be confident that you can pick up yards against this defense. You just have to convert those downs.
All righty, here we go. They're going to hand off to Donahue. He's going to go forward. He's going to break a tackle. He slips through, still moving that pile, and he's going to move it for a full 10 yards. Nice job there by Donahue, and a nice job by the offensive line.
Yeah, Donahue carrying that team literally right there.
Yeah, big time, didn't he?
I can't tell who this is, though. Is this a lineman?
Yeah, hopefully it's just a
cramp
on there. It looks like it is, as they've already started to try to work the cramp out. We will keep it right here. You know what? It wasn't that warm. It was like 73, 74 degrees today. We kind of got lucky, I think, a little bit there, David. And now we're seeing a little bit of the fourth quarter coming here and some cramp issues coming up here. I think coming off there will be Pastrano. Christian's like he's going to be okay.
Yeah, and I mean, it's preparation sometimes with a little bit of heat. It feels a little bit more, especially when it starts getting cooler out here. Just a little bit of sun feels a little bit hotter than you expect.
Right. And, you know, people say, oh, you got to be hydrating. It's tough. It's tough when you have school. It's tough when you have classes. It's tough when you have a lot of things going on during the day. All right, here we go. 1:20 to go. We are in the third quarter. Grizzlies with a big first down there. 1st and 10. Sullivan's going to throw. He's going to double pump. He has a receiver. It's going to be Wilson. Can Wilson get to it? He is pushed there, and there comes the flag. Good call there by the official. He put his hands on his back, and may have been just a little bit, but it was enough as we're going to look here. Dave wants to see the replay on that, don't you?
Yeah, it looked like he got pushed pretty good.
Yeah, there it is. And there it is. Oh, man.
You could see a full extension of the arms. And that right as that ball was getting close to him, he just gave him a little push, hoping not to get the penalty. But
just a little,
it was just a little too obvious,
just a little tap there is all, right?
A little too obvious.
Yeah, it is going to be a foul. They are going to move it. And, you know, you get a lot of hand checking and stuff that goes on down there.
Hey, I mean, he doesn't push him there, though. He might be gone.
As we go here, we're down to 1:05 to go here in the third quarter. And Grizzlies do trail 25-14. 2 receivers over on the far side, 1 here on the near side. And here's the handoff to Donahue. He's going to break right up the middle. He's going to break 1 tackle. A 2nd tackle still on his feet. He's going to get a first down or more as he drives for about 14 yards to the 37-yard line. Nice job there by Donahue. And I think that's going to be the key in this this second half to get back into it, is to have him run effectively, and then you're going to ask your defense to make some stuff happen as well.
Yeah, you just got to run the rock at this point.
Yeah.
The way that they're running the ball at this point, hey, why are we even passing the ball? No, it's good to keep it balanced. I mean, that was a good pass play as well earlier, but Donahue's playing like a madman tonight.
Down to 36 seconds to go in the quarter. Schoof in motion going to the far side. Two receivers here on the near side. They're going to hand it off. No, Kane's going to keep it. He's going to roll around the right side, try to cut the corner, and he's going to go to the sidelines, and he's going to get a nice gain, and trying to see where they are going to mark him down near the 21-yard line. And it's going to be a huge first down, and he only needed to get to the 26. They're marking him down inside the 20. So a big first down for the Grizzlies, and a nice run there by Sullivan, but there may be a flag down there as the official is going to move it on back. I'm looking. Do you see it down there, David? I don't see the flag down there, but they must have picked it up, and it's going to be that an illegal crackback block, and they are going to move it back against the Grizzlies, and it's going to negate that. And that was a penalty against West Salem, too, a sideline infraction.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my goodness. So it's one of those, you move it back, you move it forward, it's first down, but the ball ends up going back to the 36-yard line.
Yeah, and it's just unfortunate because I don't think they needed that there. I think he still breaks that play open even if there isn't a legal block there. But
all righty, here after all that, we bring it on back. Here we go. Three receivers over on the far side. We got movement all over the place. Come on, it's on two. It's on two, and half the Grizzly line jumped because the West Salem line jumped, and then the Grizzlies are going to get marked off another penalty. They didn't have many penalties. That's one thing they've worked on this year, I believe, because they've been very good about not getting them. 2 penalties the last 2 plays. That's going to hurt them pretty bad. Yeah,
and especially giving up that penalty in that moment right there. It seems like a huge moment for the Grizzlies, and just not a good place to be giving up that penalty.
22.9. Here's the handoff to Donahue. He's going to stutter step his way, try to find a hole, find a blocker. He's going to go forward. He's going to pick up about 5 yards as he gets marked to the 35-yard line. And we're down to 10 seconds to go in the quarter, and that should be the end of the quarter. And let's see what they decide to do. That will be the end as the clock runs down. Our score after 3, it's West Salem 25, McMinnville 14. Don't go away. Grizzlies have the ball and lots of time to go. Still a whole quarter here on AM 1260, KLYC, and also YamhillToday.com.
Check it out. Big Box has got coolers, the big ones.
Big Box is pots and pan sets.
Big Box returns and wiper blades. Big Box is pet Halloween apparel. Who puts a dog in a Buzz Lightyear? You could.
Big Box is rugs. Monster 9x12.
8x10.
5x7.
Great deals.
We're open every Saturday and Sunday 9 to 5. We are located right across the street from the Yamhill County Fairgrounds. Come on down.
Meeting the needs of not only our team, but our community with kindness and compassion and understanding. We have those moments every day. I think that's probably the coolest part of what I get to do. Treating people with kindness is such an important thing to our hospital. From the moment I show up here to the moment I leave, it is just a collection of big, meaningful moments between the community and staff.
Here we go. We come right back to action. Unfortunately, we came back with that because it was a tipped ball interception immediately, and that's the last thing the Grizzlies wanted to have happen, of course, Dave, as Tommy Kinney comes up with the interception for the Titans.
Yeah, and I mean, unfortunately, it's high school football, so we're not going to get a 20-angle view to see if the ball touched the turf, but I mean, unfortunate turnover there for the Grizzlies and just a really untimely moment. Now they got to hope the defense can come up with a quick turnover and give them good field position because West Salem has a chance here to just kind of run the clock out if they want.
Well, They got a whole quarter to do it, of course.
Yeah.
However, this is a West Salem team. I think you're going to see them just run it. They've had some struggles throwing the ball. They're probably just going to try to run the ball. And like you said, milk off the clock. And guess who's going to get it? Here comes the big Campos. He's going to break a tackle. He's going to go to the races. No one guy to stop him, but he is too big and too fast. And it's going to be a touchdown. 82 yards. How do you stop that? Cohen Campos just broke it on the left side. Nobody there to stop him, and he is going to score. And I think this defense has been a little deflated.
Yeah, and I mean, just the worst possible way to respond to adversity here in that moment, just when they had a really untimely turnover. The next play is just a monstrous run by the Titans, and now the Grizzlies really got to feel deflated on that sideline. I mean, the game is not necessarily out of reach, but it's getting to a point where it's going to be really hard for them to get back into this thing.
As they come on here and they try to kick it, and it is no good. And I'm going to move this just a little bit just to get it a little bit easier for you. There you go. A little bit easier, but that's a little bit smoother as they come on here now. And if you're West Salem now, you're got to look and be happy with where you are. If you're McMinnville, what do you do, David?
I mean, it's just it's really challenging because they've had really good moments on the offensive side of the ball, and even as that play, it was just the single mistakes. It's been the smallest mistakes that West Salem has been able to exploit, and as we mentioned earlier, with the athletes that they have, it only takes a moment, one step, a little seam, and they just break it open. And that's been the big difference between what the Grizzlies have seen in the first couple weeks to what they've seen tonight, and that's just another level of athlete here with the West Salem Titans.
Yeah, and you know, I think West Salem, we talked about it. Sheldon, they played Sprague, who's for real, and I think they've made some adjustments, of course, and that's what you do between week 1, 2, and 3. Of course, you try to do it every week, but between 1 and 2 is probably your biggest adjustment. Unfortunately for them, they had Sheldon to adjust to, but they are doing what they want to do here in the second half. Here is the kick, and it is taken at about the dropped and then picked up there by Wilson. It goes across the 15, and then he's hit, and he's going to be taken down at about the 17-yard line, and that's where the Grizzlies will start. And it's tough. The offense now playing a little deflated, but also on the other hand, this West Salem defense, they're playing inflated. They are playing some good football. They gave up 14 points in 2 possessions, but other than that, they've looked pretty solid.
Yeah, I think the tough part right now is the Grizzlies are beating themselves with some of these plays. I mean, on the most simple plays right there, instead of just securing that ball on a kickoff, there's a small player juggles it a little bit, and then the West Salem team, their whole fan base, is just right back in this game, and they're making it seem like they're getting destroyed, and it's happening to them mentally and physically on the field right now.
Here's the handoff to Donahue. He's going to go forward. He's going to get across the 20 to about the 21, and the pile is still moving. And it's funny because Donahue's not that big, but he does move the pile.
Yeah, he's a very powerful runner. He takes a lot to take him down.
Yes, it does. It's going to bring up second down now, and about 6.5, 7 yards as we're 11 minutes to go here in the ball game. It is 31-14 in favor of the Titans. And here we go. 2 receivers here on the near side. Donahue is in the backfield once again. Here is a flag and a whistle and a stoppage of play. And they'll move it on back.
Salem signaling it's MAC penalty there. So
they'll move it on back. And now the penalties are hurting a little bit, just the rough play. And I think, too, you're banged up a little bit, too, because this is a good, big, physical West Salem team.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, they've just been slowly grinding them out this game. The defense has got their licks in them, and then, I mean, as you know, a lot of the players play both sides of the ball. So you're playing defense and then having to come right back around and play offense, especially against this group. It's kind of tough.
Sullivan with the run. He gets across the 20, gets to the 21-yard line. Pretty good pickup. Going to bring up third down and about 6. Just a reminder, a little station identification here on KLYC McMinnville. Thanks for listening to us here as we have hit the 10-14 mark. And 2 receivers here on the near side. And you've got a lot of linebackers back, and they're looking for it, and they throw it, and it's Wilson with the catch to 30, breaks the tackle, spins off of him, and he's going to get a first down. Nice job. And it's nice to see Kane throw that ball, even though far side of the field, that's a long distance.
Yeah, but it hit Wilson, and Wilson's been pretty clutch tonight, so
yeah,
that was a really good play there. Like I said, I mean, at this point, really, if the Grizzlies just can string together some good moments to try to build some confidence for the upcoming game, that's all you can ask for. I mean, if you end up getting back in this game, obviously that's a great thing, but you got to start doing some of these things right that you were already doing in the beginning of the game.
Right, and even the beginning of the season as the handoff goes to Donahue. And you talked about next week, Grizzlies on their road trip as they'll have 2 on the road after having 2 at home. They'll be at Lebanon. We'll bring you all the action here on YamHillToday.com and AM 1260 KLYC. And we'll bring it to you live as the Grizzlies will be on the road taking on the Lebanon Warriors, which is kind of a cool little story as head coach Ty Tomlin came from Lebanon before he came to McMinnville, won a championship over there. And so kind of fun for him to go back. Kind of fun here tonight also. Cody Oden, one of the assistant coaches who plays or coaches for Grizzlies. He went to school at West Salem, played for him, coached for him, I think, too, and he's been all over. And here comes the fumble and a takeaway. Wow, just like that. The flag comes flying in, and the ball was not down, and that's Cade Zoner just picked it up, and he's like, I'm taking it, and he goes the distance. But there's a flag back at the 35, and that was weird. You even see how that one worked out. I don't know if the ball popped out or what, David.
It looked like they drug the running back down. They spun him around and then ripped the ball out of his hands.
Well, that's a tough one. I think that is our running back on the ground, and getting up is Donahue. And he'll walk back over, and hopefully he's going to be all right. And let's see what the flag is. Hopefully it's on. Looks like it is on West Salem. And the Grizzlies will retain the ball then.
Tackling too hard.
Is that a thing?
I hope not.
Okay, just checking. Just checking. All righty. As they're going to talk about it now as we're at 8:44 to go in this ball game. A lot of the crowd still not leaving. They're still here. They're enjoying this one. They're very happy with the way that it's playing out for the hometown team as they move it on back. And let's see. They move it forward. First down, and it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 42. As the Grizzlies do keep it after all that and trying to figure out what's going on. But talking about Cody, he did play here and saw some cool pictures they posted of Cody and him. So kind of fun to be back here, I'm sure. His old stomping ground, his alma mater. As here's the handoff, and it's going to the big back and going forward and breaking one tackle and still on his feet is Jace Walters, and he's going to go across the 40 to 35, gets deep into Titan territory at the 31, and Jace Walters, the sophomore, he's been a really bright spot. Doesn't run the ball a lot, but it's nice to give a little bit of relief to Donahue and see Walters come up big. Walters still in the backfield. He is one of your bigger running backs. He is a sophomore. And here they go. They're going to throw a backwards pass. He's going to be caught by Wilson. He's a little bit behind him, but he's going to go forward. Breaks one tackle, a second tackle, inside the 10, the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Grizzlies. No call yet from the official, and there it is. Nice job there. Going to be credited with a 30-yard touchdown pass. Kane Sullivan, and a nice job there by Bryce Wilson doing all the work to get into the end zone.
Well, I mean, Brian, I had thrown the baby out with the bathwater right there and said, at this point, let's just string together a couple good run plays, put a couple good pass plays, even if we got to punt it downfield. Let's play some smart football here. But with a big run and a big pass, I mean, they're right back in this game real quick.
Well, it's going to take a little bit more of things to happen, and we can see if we can try to get some of those things as the kick is up, and the kick is good by Wilson. As David said, they're back in this game, only down by 10. Still 8:21 left to go in the ball game. Don't go away. We've got 8:30 or 8:21 left here from West Salem High School. West Salem does lead by 10. We'll be back right after this.
Are you looking to spend less and get more on your next vehicle? At Chuck Colvin Ford Nissan, they've got you covered. As McMinnville's premier Ford and Nissan dealership, they offer a wide selection of new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs, all in a stress-free, customer-first environment. Their motto, big enough to serve you, small enough to care, means you'll enjoy the convenience of a large dealership with the personal touch of a local business. Visit Chuck Colvin Ford Nissan at McMinnville today or call 503-376-9650. Chuck Colvin Ford Nissan.
And welcome back here as we come back for the final 8:21 to go. And David, we got ourselves an interesting game here. Grizzlies come with a big score here, exactly what they needed. Still trail by 10. And now, do you let the fun begin? A little onside kick action, or what do you think?
The way the defense is playing, yeah. I mean, yeah. It's just crazy, though, because this game, going into halftime, they had a chance to kick a field goal. Where would this game be at with that field goal? You don't even have to try to go for that onside kick.
Yeah, you're right. And so Wilson, though, here he comes, and he is going to kick it away, and it is going to go and be returned at about the 3-yard line. Goes across the 15, 20, 25. Ramos still on his feet, and goes across the 30, 36-yard line is where they'll take him down. That's actually Woostig, and Woostig with a nice run back. And that's where they'll have it. And so, like you said, David, you've got your defense now. You're going to ask them to make something happen. Your defense has done pretty well. A couple mistakes here tonight, but with 3 timeouts, lots of time left.
Yeah, you got to feel that there's got to be a little bit of a revival within the unit right now as far as confidence goes. After putting together a good offensive drive, that can always fire up your defense.
All righty, here we go. 2 receivers here on the near side. 8:12 to go in the ball game. And Sanderson is going to look over to the coaching staff to get the call in. And wouldn't be surprised if you've got Campos in there to maybe or Woostig, and they're going to hand it off, I believe, to Woostig, and it's going to go right up the middle, and it's going to be a gain of about 4 yards by the time he gets all said and done across the 40-yard line.
A little better defensively there. I mean, that's better.
Yeah, you're going to bend a little bit, right? You can't stop them every single time. But you need to maybe stop them here and then come up with a big 3rd down, come up with a big play.
Yeah, and I mean, if they're picking up yards, I'd rather have the 4 or 5 yard pickup than the 50, 30-yard run.
Right. And the touchdown run and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All righty, here we go. 2 receivers here on the near side. Single coverage. Let's see if they decide to do something. They're trying to pack the box in the middle, trying to shut down that run. Now West Salem taking as much time as they can. They're going to hand it off and right up the middle untouched. Going forward, breaks 1 tackle, and going across the 40-yard line. Another big run by Campos, and he has been the key here tonight, I think, for this West Salem team. And here they come. They're going to come up to the line of scrimmage very quickly as we're at 7-14. Guess who? Campos going around the right side, and he's going there trying to strip the ball out of his hands. Can't get it. Campos is going to get a 1st down or more. They're going to mark him at the 31-yard line. He is so tough to stop.
Yeah, once he gets those wheels rolling, I mean, he does so good in the open field.
He's going to come out, and it's like he's pointing to something on his knee or thigh pad or something.
Yeah, I think it looked like equipment.
He's going to be okay, and he's going to sit down and adjust his pads a little bit.
Because we're just glad to see him on the sideline.
Yeah, exactly. It won't be long, though. He's going to figure that out and get back out there, I think. He's ready to go back in already. But here comes the play. It is going to be 2nd down and 4, and they're going to throw it and have a new quarterback. They throw it, and it's going to be flopped in the air. Incomplete. Dead duck in the air. Ian Herber coming in, the left-handed quarterback, out of the slot position and throws it up and just kind of floundered in there. And really, they got lucky because it could have been intercepted.
Yeah, it looked like there was a Grizzly there almost making a play. He kind of lost track of it in the air, but that was super close there.
A little trickery going on for West Salem, and they're going to bring still that back is in the backfield, and that is Ian Herber, who threw that ball. He's left-handed, which totally got everyone a little distracted, and they're going to hand it off to him now. He's going to roll around the right side, and he is going to be close to a first down. Needs to get to the 20, inside the 29. Call it the 28. He gets to the 29, going to be short by about a yard, and it's going to be 3rd and 1 as we are just approaching. Excuse me, 4th and 1 as we are just approaching the 6-minute mark. 31-21 is our score. West Salem trying to take some time off, and now they are going to go for it, David. Or at least show they're going to go for it.
Yeah,
it's almost like the
Campo's down the middle.
It's like the Philadelphia tush-push formation here, if you know what that is. And they draw the Grizzlies offside. That's what they wanted to do. And jumping offsides, McMinnville, and it's going to be a first down.
Super unfortunate there.
Yeah, they thought maybe they're going to do a little quick count. They got down there, and unfortunately, the center, I believe, just jumped off sides, and it's going to be a first down. As we have 5:43 and counting, and that's going to allow them to take a lot more time off the clock. Grizzlies have to save their timeouts. It is a 10-point ball game. West Salem in the lead. Just a reminder, as we talked about, next week we'll be on the road again at Lebanon High School, as the Grizzlies will be taking on the Warriors. Here we go, as they're going to wait till the last 5 seconds from the back judge. As Sanderson is looking at him, he's going to take all the time he can. They're now into clock management more than anything with a 10-point lead, and smart decision. There's the clock 5-second call. Sanderson's going to hand it off, going to go, and breaking one tackle and going forward. And here comes another flag come flying in. That was Herbert with the run. Picked up about 6 yards. Gets inside the 20. Let's call it the 19-yard line after the spot. Actually, inside the 19-yard line. They got a great spot. And I thought I saw a flag out there. Maybe it was just a marker as the clock continues to roll at 4:36 and counting.
Yeah, I was trying to watch a replay there to see if there was a flag, but I think you're right. It was just a marker there.
Here we go. 2 receivers on the far side. They are going to wait until that back judge gives them that 5-second signal, and there it comes. Now they will snap it, and they're going to hand it off. Herbert's going to go. He goes up against his own lineman, and he bounces off him, and he spins, and he goes forward for a gain of a couple. Going to bring up now 3rd down. 3rd down and 4. Oh, they keep getting a better spot. Wow. 3rd and 2. Okay.
3rd and 2, but that looks like 4 from up here.
It did, but I think they moved it just a little bit. I mean, maybe a long 3.5.
Maybe they're trying to play mental games with the commentators as well.
No, they've got us.
Like, they got to crack the commentators just like the football team here.
Yeah, it's pretty easy on the commentators. They have a guy in the slot wide open. The Grizzlies got to roll over to the far side. There they go. Now they figured it out, and here they go, and they're going to run right in that spot, and a huge hit, and it's going to be short of a first down, and that was Walters who just laid off the running back, who is going to be slow to get up.
Super slow to get up.
Yeah, because Walters.
I mean, it was a clean hit.
Oh, totally.
It was just clean. It was just a big. He wasn't expecting it.
No, I mean, Walters is a good-sized kid, and Herbert is not that big. And Herbert took the brunt of it, and he goes to the ground. They're going to look at him as
he goes away. He landed on his shoulder. Yeah,
he's going to be short of the marker by about 1.5 yards, and hopefully he's going to be all right. You got the trainer out there, and they're going to get him up, and I think he maybe a stinger. Hopefully he's holding his shoulder a little bit.
Brian, I was explaining to my wife, what a stinger is.
A stinger, yeah.
While I was telling her, I was like, especially in the NFL, a stinger could be a blown out knee, but they're going to call it a stinger because then the guy can come back in.
Well, okay, maybe not that, but yeah.
I mean, in the NFL, that's what I'm saying. Not in high school. High school, it is. It's more common for it to be a real just a minor injury. Yeah. But in the NFL, they'll be like, oh, yeah, guy's out for all week with the stinger, and then it comes out. It's like Christian McCaffrey, stinger on the calf, but it ends up being like almost a torn Achilles.
I think a lot of that's the gamesmanship. They have to do a certain amount of telling, injuries and reporting, and, you may blow out your knee or your ankle or. But
in the NFL, it really is. A stinger is an actual term for an injury.
Oh yes, it really is. It is, and you do get stingers, and we'll talk more about stingers later. We got time, I guess, but usually as they call a timeout, West Salem does. We're going to keep it right here. But for the most part, you get a stinger, in your leg, your arms. It hurts. You just can't move it.
Yeah.
It hurts. It goes away. But they use that term loosely in the NFL, right?
You're not going to your primary care provider and getting a diagnosis of a stinger. Hopefully.
I got a stinger. Well, you do that, they're probably going to say, okay, but what kind of bumblebee, or that would be my case. I probably, if I have a stinger, it's from the bees and the wasps mainly, but that's a different stinger, I guess. Oh well, our score here with 3:04 left to go in the ball game is West Salem 31, McMinnville 21. Coming up for West Salem next week, they will be here at home once again. They'll be taking on North Medford, and that'll be interesting for them as North Medford's going to take the long trip. And funny thing is that they have to play North Medford and South Medford both at home, but they do get to go on the road to Grants Pass. That makes up for that, I guess.
Crazy travel for those Medford teams just to play a couple games.
Oh yeah, makes it fun. Makes it very interesting. I'm glad we don't live there.
For the fans, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's all to say. The fans have a good time. I don't know about the spectators, unfortunately.
3:04 to go. It is 4th down. They're going to hand it off right up the middle to Ramos, and he's going to go forward, and he is going to get in, and another big score. And Campos with a run that you just can't stop them. It's almost like they're baiting them. We're going to run somebody else, and then boom. Okay, here's Campos. It's his turn now, and they're going to mark him down. And here they go now for the Campos run in there. They marked him down at the 1 yard line, and now he runs in through, and he gets the score just like that. And that is going to seal the deal, David.
Yeah, I mean, I was watching the replay because I think it was similar to the interception. I was like, did he really not fall in the end zone there? Did we really need to place it on the 1 yard line and run one more play? But I guess the refs are, they're keeping this thing official here. So
there you go. 2:49 left to go. And Campos with the 1 yard run, and he extends the West Salem lead back to 37-21 as the extra point is up and the extra point is good. Don't go away. We've got the last 2:49 left to go in the ball game. West Salem, they lead 38-21. We'll be back right after this word from Willamette Valley Medical Center.
Meeting the needs of not only our team, but our community with kindness and compassion and understanding. We have those moments every day. I think that's probably the coolest part of what I get to do. Treating people with kindness is such an important thing to our hospital. From the moment I show up here to the moment I leave, it is just a collection of big, meaningful moments between the community and staff.
Check it out. Big Box has got coolers. The big ones.
Big Box is pots and pan sets.
Big Box returns and wiper blades. Big Box is pet Halloween apparel. Who puts a dog in a Buzz Lightyear? You could.
Big Box is rugs. Monster 9x12.
8x10.
5x7.
Great deals.
We're open every Saturday and Sunday 9 to 5. We are located right across the street from the Yamhill County Fairgrounds. Come on down.
As we come back there, here come the Grizzlies, and they're going to roll right up the middle and break one tackle, and that's about all they're going to get there. And a okay run back, but now you're McMinnville trailing by a score of 38-21 by 17. You need a lot of things to happen.
They were getting some of those things to happen earlier. I mean, it looked like there was going to be a little bit of a turnaround, but West Salem put a kibosh on that real quick.
Yes, they did. And we'll go ahead and give you some scores when we come in the post-game show. We have a few scores that have come our way, and we will bring that to you at the conclusion of this ball game as we come back here with 2:40 to go. And Donahue's going to get it. Breaks one tackle. There's a face mask. No call. He's going to spin his way. Here comes a flag late as he gets to the 36-yard line. Nice, hard run. Donahue does not give up. Right there, a gain of 14.
No, yeah. I mean, if you're going to look at some positives from this game, I think the coaches are going to have to look no further than Donahue. Donahue's ran like a monster tonight.
Yeah.
Had plays where he's ran through guys. He's ran with guys on his back. He's got the pile. He's pushing the pile. It's just been a fantastic game for him on the ground. Just unfortunately, the Grizzlies have had mistakes in different situations that they just weren't able to recover from.
Yeah, they weren't. There is a personal foul. They are going to say face mask. They do throw in the flag late, and they move the ball into Titan territory to the 48-yard line. So I think now if you're McMinnville, you just need to come up with a positive drive and prepare for next week. And think about next week. Let's have something positive happen, and let's get ready and now take this game and think about the Warriors here as they hand it off to Donahue. There's a positive. He goes forward, and he's going to be flung down. Nice stop there, actually, though, by the interior line of the Titans as Donahue was just flying through there, and he was just slowed down. Arm strength on that one.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's good to see, as a West Salem fan, it's good to see your team still engaged here, even with a couple seconds to go here, minute and some 56, minute 52, to see them still focus on the game and still making big plays.
Here comes Sullivan. He's going to look to the right. He's going to throw to the right. He slings on the far side. He tries to go to Wilson. The throw is incomplete as Bryce was there, but he had to go up against the defender, and it is going to bring up third down, third and about 7. We have the clock stopped at 1:36 now. Just a reminder, we've got Oregon State football tomorrow at 3:30 is the pregame show, and 5:38 actually is the kickoff, but that is tomorrow. So make sure you tune in to AM 1260 KLYC for that. As we come here now with 1:36 to go. Sullivan looks to the near side, throws to the near side. It is caught, gets across the 35, and then tackled down hard is Jace Matlack. Nice job there by the sophomore with the reception, and now is going to bring up a first down. So still some positives, still the Grizzlies moving the ball. You got a running game. You like that. You've got the outs, that are able. You've got some receivers. You got Wilson, Matlack now. But there's still some things to work on in the interior.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy because, like I said, you watch the Grizzlies and they've had such strong moments at times offensively, and then they have other times where it was just the smallest mistakes. I mean, even with the interception, it wasn't necessarily a mistake. It was just a little bit off target. But with a team like West Salem, they're gonna punish you. I mean, I think against Glencoe, it was one of those. Glencoe kind of kept them in the game a little bit. Westview, I don't know if it was first week, and it was just mistakes that they had as well. I mean, but the Grizzlies had mistakes from West Salem tonight too as well. I mean, all the penalties were keeping them in this game. They were doing a good job at converting on those opportunities, but at the same time, that was hurting them.
There's another penalty there against McMinnville. It's going to move it on back, take it all the way back to the 45-yard line. Going to be 1st and 20 now. Didn't see what the call was, but it is going to be 1st and 20 with 1:22 to go here in the ball game. It is 38-21, West Salem in the lead. Here we go. They're going to throw on the far side to Wilson. He's going to try to find a blocker, going to cut it up. He's hit. He's going to get about 10 yards to the 35-yard line. Just a reminder, we will be on the air next week at 6:45 like usual. We'll bring you all the action from Lebanon High School as the Grizzlies will take on the Warriors, and we'll have all the action here. And should be a fun one. We'll see how the Grizzlies come back. Of course, Lebanon, the 5A rank, usually a pretty good team. Of course, thanks to Ty Tomlin, who used to coach there. Here's Donahue. He's going to get it. He's going to break off a tackle. Goes forward, gets a nice job. He's still running, and Wilson with it, I should say. And he gets a big run to the 15-yard line. Grizzlies are not stopping now, David.
Yeah, no, I mean, like you said, you want to end this game on a positive note, and one more score wouldn't be a bad thing to take away from this, especially on the ground. I mean, I feel like they've been ripping it up on the ground all night. It's smallest errors tonight, and I think that's what it's going to come down to here at the end of this in these close games is how the pass game responds. Are you going to be able to actually complete those passes? Are you going to throw interceptions, or are you just going to not be able to complete pass in key situations? It's going to, a lot of what this season is going to turn out to be is going to depend on if they can balance that run game with the pass game, because their run game has been pretty dang good tonight, and it's been pretty good all year.
Well, if you look at the rest of the season, next week is going to be at Lebanon, as we talked about. Then Liberty. Liberty right now coming into tonight's game at 2-0. Then they'll be on the road against Newburgh on Thursday night. and then they'll be taking on a tough Sherwood team, and then they'll finish the season at at Century, and then at North Salem. North Salem's struggling this season, and so it could be very interesting. And they need to get one of these victories, I think, to make the playoffs. There'll be 2 more wins here before they get to the end of the season, which can be done very easily. As Sullivan's going to throw it, he's going to throw it to the right side. Has a receiver, it's caught, and it's going to be out of bounds. Matlack, the reception, ran it out as he stopped the clock with 36.1 to go at the 10-yard line. So a design play there. They left the outs open. They're just going to get out there, get the catch, stop the clock, move the ball, go a few yards, and that's exactly what they did. 2nd down and 5 now. Ball at the 10-yard line. Donahue still in the backfield. Sullivan looking at what he's got. He's got 2 receivers here on the near side. Single coverage. And he's going to look to the right side. He's got single coverage there. Has a receiver caught. Touchdown, Wilson. Perfect pass and just a bullet there by Sullivan, and just a great route there by Bryce Wilson, who has been the star of the game in my eyes, and another touchdown, Grizzlies.
Yeah, and it was done really well there because as soon as they sent out that receiver to the left-hand side, they had shifted a little bit. The defense, they pulled the defense over to the left-hand side, creating that just enough space there for Wilson to get that route and run it just right for Sullivan. What a good play there, pass-wise. And good momentum build on, Brian, like you mentioned. It's at this point when you get into these sorts of games this late in the game, you almost you just got to try to build on what you were doing during the game and see if you can point out some positives for your team in the film, and just show them, hey, look, this is where we shot ourselves in the foot, and this is the things we can improve on. And if we change some of these moments throughout the game, we have an opportunity to win the next game.
The kick is up, and the kick is good. That makes it 38-28 with 31.2 seconds to go. And I agree with you, David. That's definitely what I would do, and hopefully they'll take that to heart. And I'm sure they will as they come and get ready for next year. And the Grizzlies, they do exactly what they need to do on that possession. Of course, they were down big, but they come down. They were down 17, down by 10. Will they do an onside kick? Not sure here, being down by 10. I mean, there's a lot that has to happen, right? But maybe it's time to practice that onside kick too.
I mean, it's not necessarily going to hurt you too much if you don't convert on it.
Right.
I mean, even if they score, the game is not. It's
right.
not like you're within
Exactly.
3 and it's okay. We had an opportunity to win this.
And what's funny is because the first game they won by 2. This game last game they won by 7. This is the biggest deficit they've had is in the 17-point they had, but towards the end of the game. So it's been a close game. It's been a game they've kind of been into. Their defense did play well. A couple of big interceptions. I guess the biggest thing is we haven't talked about that drone anymore. That's a good thing.
Oh my goodness! Can you imagine? Can you imagine the amount of the delays like you guys had for the Lightning?
Oh,
just keep on delaying the game.
Let's not bring that up. Still having flashbacks from that as we get on Wilson to kick, and it's going to be a right up the middle, kind of a squib kick, and it takes it out the 30, and they're just going to land on it at the 28-yard line, and that's where West Salem will take it with 27.8 seconds to go here in tonight's action. Just Dick will let you know we will take one break in the post-game show. It'd be a minute 30, 90-second break during the post-game show, right in the middle of it. So we will do that here, and then our post-game show will bring you, we'll bring some scores from around the state. We'll talk. We got a few more that popped in, so we'll do that after we take our 90-second break here at the conclusion of this game, and then we'll wrap it up and say goodbye here from West Salem High School. Our score is 38-28, 27.8. Only if the ball was on the 28 instead of 27 would be much better. The 8s would have been crazy or wild. Here we go. There's going to be a handoff. It's going to go around the left side. Campos is going to go forward, and he's going to pick up about 3-4 yards as he gets to the 32-yard line. That gets us down to 15 seconds. They might try to get one more play. May not, though, because they are under 5 seconds. They got a lot of young kids in there. They're going to try to snap it. They do with a half a second to go, and they're going to keep it. Quarterback keeper here on the near side breaks it through across the 40, and then hit at the 42-yard line. And I'm not sure if
no, there's a Grizzly down.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Jarrett Peel, the quarterback who came in there to run that ball, and he was tackled pretty hard. And, of course, the Grizzly is shaking up there. And, unfortunately, is that Kellner? It is. He was hurt. Keller was hurt earlier, too.
Just McMinnville's luck there in the last moments of the game.
And we got a hold. Here we go. And then they're just going to say, "No, we're good," and that's the way you should do it. And that will be the end of the ball game, as the Grizzlies will fall to the West Salem Titans by a score of 38-28. And it's a tough one, but if you had to pick some positives, Dave, there were some positives there.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the offense. There was moments there with the offense as far as the running game went that looked fantastic. I mean, really, that was one of their strengths at different times throughout the game. Yeah, no, I mean, it's definitely not a game that you're going to sit down and watch on film and dread watching. I think you're going to look at it, and there's going to be moments that you're going to look back and be like, man, like if only we would have changed our body language going into a series, because there was times where they were just kind of hanging, they were just kind of going in there, hanging their head, and all of a sudden the offense would start ripping it up, and they'd get confident again, play a little bit better. So it was just kind of. There's times where I feel like they almost beat themselves mentally more than on the field. So,
well, there's some good positives too. The defense played well. The tip drill, they practiced that in practice apparently, because they had a couple of them. They came down some interceptions. That was huge. It was good to have them do that. But I think there was a lot too they need to work on. But you have to realize this is a West Salem team. We've talked about it a lot, that went 0-2, but to a decent Sprague team and a good Sheldon team. So you really didn't know much. But now you kind of know where they're at. Are they much better than McMinnville? I wouldn't say much, but there is definitely some improvement for both sides. And the Grizzlies, they'll be back at it next week against Lebanon, and we'll see how they do there. All right, we're going to take our one final break here. Our score is 38-28 final from West Salem High School. The Titans victorious over our Grizzlies. Don't go away. We'll be back after this 90-second break.
Transitions in life. Sometimes it's difficult. When a loved one leaves us, Macy & Son is there for you, a trusted friend for 5 generations in Yamhill County. At that time, you have lots of questions and you need someone to walk with in every step of the way. Burial or cremation and a myriad of other options, let Macy & Son walk that journey with you. Macy & Son McMinnville. Give them a call, 503-472-6151.
McMinnville Les Schwab is a proud sponsor of Grizzly football on Yamhill today. When you shop at Les Schwab, they promise you the best tire value. This means you get free peace of mind protection and free lifetime tire and mileage care included in your purchase. McMinnville Les Schwab. They want to be the neighbor down the street you know and trust. We thank McMinnville Les Schwab for their support of McMinnville Grizzly football.
If you are looking for a financial advisor located here in McMinnville, Bethany A. Blinn has you covered. She has a holistic approach and understands what is most important to you, using an established process to build personalized strategies and partnering with you throughout your life to help keep you on track. Her investment philosophy is a long-term approach with an emphasis on quality, durability, historical context, and common sense. Give Bethany at Edward Jones a call at 503-472-0555.
And welcome back here. Brian Erickson along with David Manriquez. Once again, our final score, Grizzlies, they lose by a score of 38-28. And it was one of those games where, you know, they were in at times. They did some good things. We talked about that. We talked about some things they could work on. And now they got to put it together, and they play next week. And we'll have all that action here as they will take on the Lebanon Warriors. And it'll be at Lebanon. We'll bring you all the action here on YamhillToday.com and also on AM 1260 KLYC. And should be fun. And looking forward to that. David, I know we've been efforting some scores. And I don't know if you've got any. I may have a couple here.
I do see West Lynn is in a 27-27 dogfight.
Good.
They're playing some Washington. They're playing some Washington.
Are
too,
they?
so,
That's
yeah.
kind of crazy. Westman,
Sumner.
very good. Yeah, they have their hands full. It looks like Silverton on top of West Albany in the fourth, 37-20. Amity all over Scio. Score we have is 42-18. That is also in the fourth. The Tillamook Cheesemakers fall big to Cascade, 50-14. Dang. Staten on top of Gladstone, 41-6. And let's see, Banks Braves, they beat North Marion 49-28. And let's see, maybe you have an update. Oh, we got Taft all over Blanchette, 43-0. So there's some of your scores from around the state. And I'm going to check another one here, which I think I may have a few. And we got Thurston still on top of Springfield, 20-0 at halftime. So no update from that. Junction City, they defeat Marshfield 26-22. So those are the scores, I believe. I'm going to check my other place. Oh, here we go. Hermiston losing 56-0. Thought you'd want to hear that. Just going to quickly go through some local scores if we can find some. And I gave you the Amity one, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
oh yeah, and I'm trying to find the Dayton one, but I can't find the Dayton one right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to quickly go through that. Glencoe, this is interesting for you. Glencoe, of course, coming off the loss to our Grizzlies, they win big against Hillsborough, 56-0. Another one that might interest you is Forest Grove on top of Centennial, 35-20. That is a final. And in the third quarter, Lake Oswego all over Newburgh, 35-0.
That one might be over. They just did an update since the third quarter.
You're probably right on that one. Jesuit beating Oregon City 38-15. That's still in the fourth quarter. Tigard on top of Roosevelt 30-8. Mountainside, they lose to Lake Ridge 27-20. Yeah, that's a big one. Let's see. Any other ones I need to give you? Perrydale, big. Yeah, they played yesterday, of course. They beat Country Christian 74-16. That's what you like to see.
Yeah.
Maybe Perrydale they just keep rolling, don't they?
That's crazy. I don't know what that's eight-man football. Still,
I
right?
believe so. I think it's still. LaSalle Catholic over Westview 34-13. And I think that might be all that we have. Apparently, we've got more down here. Oh, look at that. You don't want North Douglas. Those are old ones. Those are last week. So there we go. We don't need that. But there you go. We got you some scores, so that's a good thing. Our final score here, of course, was 38-28, and that was McMinnville losing to West Salem here from West Salem High School. Next week, on the road again against Lebanon. We'll bring you all the action at the pregame show starting at 6:45. Kickoff right around 7 o'clock. Final thoughts tonight, David, on this game or anything else?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's good to see that there's a shift mentality-wise for the Grizzlies where we actually feel like we should have won tonight's game, where I think in previous years, you come into West Salem, you're just hoping to not get blown out too bad. So, yeah, no, it's good to see them turning things around here and being competitive through the whole season. So
that's all you can ask. Be competitive. You're 2-1 still, looking pretty good, and then victory next week would be really nice. So we'll see what happens. As we said, bring all the action here on AM 1260 KLYC and also YamHillToday.com. Make sure you join KLYC 1260 tomorrow, 3:30 for the pregame show as the Beavers take on the Boilermakers of Purdue. And that game can be heard live on AM 1260. And that kickoff starts at 5:30. But lots of football action tomorrow. And it's time to go home and watch some more football, right?
exactly, pretty much.
All right. Hey, thanks for joining us. I want to thank Dick over there at Command Central doing everything, keeping us up and rolling. And David, thanks for joining us tonight, filling in for Jeff. And final score, 38-28, West Salem victorious over our Grizzlies. See you next week, 6:45. Good night, everybody.